to. So like when I'm sitting on my couch or whatever, and I don't have a flat surface, it doesn't matter.
Hey, there's sound, I think.
Hello, sound.
Hey, we have sound.
All right, great.
All right.
All right, there we go.
It's gonna be really.
That's going to be very disorienting. All right. We're live, right?
We're live.
Let's do this.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Half-Witted, Scruffy-Looking podcast, where we're going to have a little bit of Star Wars role-playing amongst us friends. I am Matt. I'm DMing this. This is my first time DMing a campaign.
Woo!
Sans one or two small little escapades on an asteroid somewhere. I have participated in lots of Star Wars role-playing before, but not the Edge of Empire system, Fantasy Flight, which we're pumped about. We want to give a shout out to Abstraction.
Indeed.
That lovely music that you were listening to before we came on. But yeah, let's go around the table, do quick introductions, who you are, how much you love Star Wars.
I'm JR. I really like the Star Wars universe. I got introduced more deeply recently, but I really love it. I've done a lot of fantasy role-playing before, and I'm really excited about starting this campaign.
Yes. I'm Marc. You may have heard me from the Thoughtful Gamer podcast, of which I am in charge of. All technical difficulties are my fault.
Yeah, Mark.
His fault.
And I love Star Wars a lot, but probably it's not as much as some of the people here.
We're here to roleplay. So.
No, I'm really excited.
I am Ben. I have occasionally been on the podcast on just a couple episodes, and I'm very excited to be starting this campaign. This is my second campaign ever as a player. I have GM'd a couple sessions of a D&D style campaign, but this is the first time using this system, as I think it is for all of us, and really looking forward to it.
Alright, my name is Jeff. I am completely new to tabletop role-playing, but I have been role-playing every other video game that is an RPG. It's usually MMOs, though.
Oh dear, that's
you
do MMOs.
Oh, I was a World of Warcraft obsessive compulsive person like for a long time. And
you got out?
I had to get out.
You're free?
I am free.
Do you have a sponsor?
No. But so I'm excited to have a character, to build that character, to have, I think that I worked with Matt for a very short period of time, but I immediately had a character in mind for when he brought this up.
That's true. I think of everyone, your idea came.
I was just like, immediately I was like, I know exactly who I would be, and like, so my experience with the Star Wars Extended Universe is vicariously through my brother and my father, who have both read every single Extended Universe book that there is.
Really?
They follow the authors in order to wait to see when the next one comes out so that they can read them.
I haven't read an EU book since I was like 12.
I read The Young Jedi Knight. I read, I think, 5 or 6 when I was like 15 or something like that. But because my brother and my father have read all of those books, they like to talk about it, and then I will talk about it with them.
Nice.
So it's a very interesting dynamic. I haven't actually read any of the books, but I know all about the Thrawn series. I know all about the X-Men series.
I'm waiting for the Thrawn series to come in the mail.
Yeah, it's glorious, and so I'm very familiar with all the different parts of the Star Wars universe that are not in the movies.
Nice.
So
you're probably the most knowledge of any of us. The least knowledge of
It's very
RPGs.
fractured, but I know. Yeah, it's the general.
I'm probably solid right in the middle of both, so that's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna meet these characters, but before we do that, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars, Edge of the Empire It is a dark time for the galaxy. Striking from their hidden base, the Rebel Alliance has destroyed the evil Galactic Empire's powerful Death Star. Now Imperial forces strike back, throwing the galaxy into war. In the midst of conflict, countless planets suffer under Imperial tyranny. Many flee oppression to build new lives beyond the bounds of civilization. On the edge of the Empire, these renegades struggle to survive, to remain free in the midst of ongoing turmoil. In some corners of the galaxy, the Empire's strong fist does not reach. In some corners, the rebellion hasn't taken hold, but like never before in this turmoil, crime rings are thriving. But even in some places, the huts and the black sun haven't taken hold. And in one of these places, the humble planet, jungle planet of Gamora.
Gamora?
Gamora.
Gamora?
Gamora.
Isn't that a character from
Guardians of the
Galaxy?
Gamora. The humble planet of Gamora.
Gamora.
We pan down from the stars to see two figures.
Technically, you tilt down.
Tilt down.
You pan left or right.
Ow.
Oh, well, now we have to start
Oh,
Sorry, I'll shut up.
we pan to the right to see two figures floating among a very strange, small asteroid field. Strange asteroids, very, very small, almost like pebbles floating about. We see a human with some scraggly hair in a full-body spacesuit. We pan a little further and we see, of all things, a dumb droid.
A very dumb droid?
A DUM mechanic droid.
Okay.
Yeah, so these two figures are Crook and MVR1. So do you guys want to describe what you're doing? You're floating above a planet in this little asteroid field. How are you feeling about that?
I'm nervous, but I'm used to being nervous. But sticking out from the cracks in the spacesuit because it was hastily put on, are little wisps of gray hair, and otherwise I have no clue why am I out there?
That's what I'm wondering.
I was gonna ask you, why are you out there? What's a droid doing floating among asteroids above a planet?
I'm calmly explaining to Master Crook that it's all his fault and that his plan would have never worked.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
So, this is the part of the show where we all show
So perception is
our new
cunning.
I know which dice I'm supposed to roll. I don't know what those dice look like.
The green dice
Green
are
are
the
good.
base. The yellow dice are the super dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the opposing
So I'm at
dice?
3-1, so...
So give your
Right?
That's the perception. Like
3 cunning, 1 perception would be this?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are there-
And then let's put two purple die in there.
2 purples?
Normal check.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they go individually, right? Like one at... I mean,
Everything.
between me and
Yeah.
MR.
Yeah.
Should we clear the extra dice on the way so it's obvious what is rolled? Ooh, crit!
That looks good.
That looks
Yeah.
great.
So that's 3 successes and a crit against 1 fail?
No, that's 1 success. You fail that check.
So
that's
we've got
these are
That's
boosts.
Oh, those are boosts?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a critical.
So he's got 3 advantage and 1 success. So it's 1 fail with a net 2 advantage, and then you get some special
okay.
thing that Matt can determine from the crit.
The Emperor.
Let's go through his. So Yeah, you're looking around, and you can see that there's nothing around. There's no ship or any sort of other than this rusty droid. You can't see anything in your kind of like full this way
Towards just pebbles bouncing off of me?
towards the planet. Yeah, just pebbles bouncing off you.
And we're moving about relatively the same speed?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost you're very stationary.
Okay.
It's even strange. It seems that the asteroids just are almost attracted, like they're coming back to you.
Wow.
And
Master
It-
Crick,
it's
my computation indicates that you will not survive more than a couple of hours.
Oh, great. That's good to know.
but what you do, you do realize that. So I guess we gotta learn. We gotta learn how to interpret these dice.
Net to
You
advantage.
have 3 advantages. Is that
So you rolled 1 disadvantage on the purple.
what's his net?
Net 2 advantage.
2 advantage.
And then there's also, you have to deal with the effects of the crit, or whatever that's
So
called.
that's a fail. This is a disadvantage?
No, the triangle-y things are the
You have
fails.
the look up.
Oh, hey.
Okay, so using your so I think normally in a situation like this, I would give you the opportunity to kind of narrate what you do with your advantages.
Okay.
So in this case, one of the things you can do is do a free maneuver. So in this case, I'm going to narrate it for you. You suddenly realize that there's nothing in front of you here, but you haven't looked behind you. So
I have a sense that there's maybe something
you
behind
have,
me.
You have a sense that there's something behind you. Using your 2 advantages, you do one of these,
A wiggle,
and what is it? Your angular momentum,
Sure.
wiggle, whatever you have to do in
I have
space.
no concept of what that means, but I know how to do it.
Yeah, because you can't just turn in space. You're gonna but
Yeah, you gotta wiggle.
you figure it out. You wiggle, and there are 2 Gamorreans. Are we familiar with that? These
I have no idea what
Pig-
Gamorreans
pig-like.
are.
pig-like.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
They're always
They've got-
carrying axes?
They've got
Yes.
big
Yeah.
vibro axes, each of them. They're not even wearing space gear. They're just coming at you.
Those gentlemen.
But they're alive.
These guys. Yeah. Oh yeah. And their axes are up.
I go, hey fellas! But there's no sound in space.
No,
No
but
one can hear you scream.
he can hear you because you've got a comm going.
Yeah, so we're outside. We're obviously outside the atmosphere. Or else we would be plummeting.
But as you look
And on
past,
fire.
That too.
as you look past them, kind of right behind them, kind of turns to this bright yellow glow, and then that kind of bleeds into brown, and suddenly you're aware that you're not actually in space. You're not actually here. And you get the sense that these colors are coming from something that you control.
So there's colors behind the pigs?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as this happens, you get this overwhelming sense that you although you're not sure exactly how, you got yourself here, and you have a sudden, extreme sense of serenity, and you're not really worried about floating around in the asteroids anymore.
Oh.
MVR1, you're not there anymore. Much way. And then
Zut alors.
and then Krook wakes up the next morning in his bed on Gamora that he's rented, and he's all right.
All right.
Yeah. So.
So, well, in checks like that, you would normally assign the advantage. It's only in combat that we're going to be assigning the advantages.
So
As far as
in general, we're gonna be as narrative as possible with it. and my goal is to have people help narrate as much as possible. So one of the things is my job, and this is especially good for you, my job is basically to keep this connected to a Star Wars reality and provide a story and things like that. But as far as interpreting the Fantasy Flight dice pool, which is a new thing, we're not just getting numbers out of our die roll anymore. Yeah, like feel free to suggest things.
To jump in. Yeah.
There is a table, if you haven't looked at it, there's a table of what you can do with advantages and successes, but it's very general.
Is that all? It's not in there? Okay.
So for example, two advantages can generally use for a free maneuver. Yeah, like we did there.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Like that's specifically in combat though. There's different. Like it's different when you're in combat. Like combat's very rigid and structured.
Yes.
And outside of combat,
Yes.
it's a lot more nebulous.
Yes.
Well, we'll describe it all together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's the key here. Yeah, it's an interpretation that I'm happy to not be. I'm happy to guide, and I'll make sure that you don't go off the rails. That's more my job then.
How'd you like that messed up dream?
Yeah, but so
I'm fine with it.
So
It's fine.
Serenity.
Yeah, so
Better than dreaming about
Crook.
his ex-wife.
Crook, you
Depends on the dream, right?
you woke up in a room in a basically a hotel or a motel that you've been
Sure.
staying at for a while with your droid MVR1, and you've been working for the owner, who kind of does many things, but his name is Tezo Axe. So as you are accustomed to do, we'll say that time has passed. You come down to kind of the main bar, which is also there's just kind of like a bar attached to the couple of rooms in which you're staying in one. So you and your droid are sitting in this kind of dimly lit bar. There are a handful of people here. There's a bartender who you've come to know. Her name is Janice. Yeah, so you're sitting in a corner.
I got a drink, right?
Please describe.
I have a drink that I have named Hair of the Dog, and it is green and it glows. An incandescent green.
Is it alcoholic?
Obviously.
Okay, I was assuming, but
That's what Hair of the Dog means.
Is this a specialty that you?
I mean, there could actually be.
It is
that
a
Janice
go-to
cooks up
drink.
for you?
No, it's something I have described to her. I assume it's a female.
Yeah, she's
He said she earlier.
Yeah. She's
I
kind of a
specifically-
reptilian, three-fingered humanoid.
Yeah, I specifically described to her how to make this drink
Okay.
as I drink it often. It is frequently the hair and the dog itself.
in the drink, like little hair.
No, it's an expression. It's hair of the dog that bit you. That's what it means. You're drinking in the morning
In order
to
to kill
overcome
your hangover.
Your hangover.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I did not know how to apply that.
Okay.
You've never done morning drinking before, have you?
Nope. I love a good Bloody Mary. Just not typically in the morning. Yeah, so kind of nearby you is a character that you're familiar with professionally. A very quiet individual who's wearing a breather. Ben, do you want to describe what you're doing in this bar. You also are familiar with this place. You find work here, what are you enjoying, or are you just sitting around?
I'm just kind of sitting there in the corner watching people, waiting for something to happen. I don't have a job right now, I assume, and I'm just kind of scoping it out, making sure that nobody comes in that I don't want to talk to.
Very good. It's a pretty. You guys have come to this place on Gamor. You're pretty far out in the Outer Rim, and I think at this point you both have your reasons for not wanting to be certainly not in the core worlds or somewhere where you might get recognized a little more easily. But the city that you're in Gamor is maybe the second biggest city on the planet. It's a very pretty low population here, but you are at maybe the one place where there's more diversity. There are aliens.
It's a spaceport.
It's actually not a spaceport. So the main city is also called Gamora, and the largest city on the planet. And the main spaceport's there, but there's just kind of a little enclave of interesting folks, and this is where you've found work. So it's we'll say it's become late afternoon, and into the bar walks a very well put together human, and as he strides in, hasn't been here before by his expression. Out from kind of like the back room behind the bar walks Tazo, who you guys have taken work from. Tazo is a Gran, one of those guys with 3 eyes.
Yeah.
But he comes out and from across the room he goes, Jack, it's been so long. Welcome to my humble little dwelling place here in the Outer Rim. It's been 15 years, I think.
Probably more.
Probably more. I'm happy that you've come out here. I had some, as I told you, had some issues with my last pilot, and needless to say, I have some things that I need some help with, and I know you're looking for work, and I do mean to pay you well. From our
I do have access to a shuttle, so this does seem like
I remember
a good arrangement.
If you could come back, so he hands you a slip of paper, gives you a time and a room number for later that night, and as he walks back into the behind the bar, he puts a similar slip of paper on both of your tables. Those slips just say it's just a number, and followed by a 7, which you've in working from him, you've come to know means go to that room number at that time. So
at this point, we all kind of know each other and have done jobs with each other.
Yeah. So at this point,
Not me.
Yeah. So at this point,
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Why don't let's see. Yes. at this point, you two have done jobs here.
Have we done jobs with each other?
You're familiar with each other. You've worked. Tazo is.
Freelance.
He hires a lot of people.
So we're like in the second layer of each other's social network.
You don't really understand what his angle is, but he seems to know a lot, and
Pays well.
So you've been pretty happy here the last couple months.
Okay, and none of us know.
But
Jack.
the human that walked into the bar, you are unfamiliar. But so after the short conversation with Tazo, you're left standing there next to the table that Gand is seated at. So yeah, what do we do?
Did we notice that?
Did they hear my conversation with
Yeah, did we
Tazo?
hear that conversation, or we noticed that all the papers have the same thing? Or should I roll for that?
You do not. You don't know what's on the other papers.
Okay.
They were kind of privately given. You can. Yeah, he wasn't particularly secretive about his warm welcome of this newcomer.
Well, I go find a table in the corner in the dark and sit and order a drink and a meal. That's what I do.
Are there more corners? How many corners are in this place? Are you guys in a corner, or are you guys?
We're at the bar.
At least
you're at the
three.
bar.
I'm at the bar. I
Has
don't
to
know
be
what
at least
it's
3.
How full is it? Pretty empty right now, or what's the population?
It looks like there's
Are
enough
we like-
client.
We're not the only people in the place, right?
No, there's enough clientele that you're not surprised that the place is still open, but it's not like it's a hop-in nightclub.
What time of day was this again?
We're
Late
afternoon.
Late afternoon, yeah.
Okay.
There are many empty glasses littered in front of me.
Yeah.
By this
Sure.
place.
Are you keeping track of your credits as you order?
No.
Oh, am I supposed to? Because I technically have 0
No.
credits.
Oh shoot! I forgot.
He's
to,
got
I'm on
a
a
tab.
tab.
It's fine.
I've got a tab.
Tazo
I know the
knows.
bartender. It's fine.
I forgot to roll.
I mean, it goes
what
off
my
his-
starting credits are.
Yeah.
I wave my currently
I'm gonna do it real
half-filled
quick.
drink and go, anyone up for some cards?
What does that mean?
90.
Wait, what is this for?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
the one digit. I got it.
a
89.
again, Maria kind of looks at you and just kind of lets out a little grunt.
Grunt,
But
okay.
he doesn't look particularly interested in playing
Uh,
cards, and
this one.
no one further away really took much note of your.
You pigs are boring.
The Gambarian leaves at this point.
He just walks away.
Yeah, he's not having you.
I finish my drink.
I'm gonna get up and go to my room.
Okay. Yeah, you also have a room that you've been lodging here that's been provided after the last couple jobs you've done.
Oh, how long from now is the meeting?
We'll say an hour.
Okay.
Then I don't have to worry about. I don't have a place to live right now, so I won't worry about that until after I have my conversation with Tazo.
Okay.
I will assume that he's going to put me up somewhere.
Is there any droid in the room?
Say again.
Is there any droid in the room?
A droid.
Any
There
other
be droid
droids?
in the room?
When you're not
so-
speaking, you can talk in your normal voice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you? Well, I guess I should ask you. Do you typically come down to the bar with
Do
your?
you hang out with your drunk friend?
It depends if you give me what order you gave me or what thing. So if I have 3/4, I go.
Yeah,
find
you don't
droid.
like drinking alone, so you always bring
Plus,
him with you to
then
the
it-
bar anyway.
Yeah.
It also depends if the place allows droids. A lot of places, a lot of cantinas, especially in the outer ring, will ask you to leave the droid outside.
Yeah. Interestingly enough,
Probably.
Janice gives you and Crook some looks for sure, but Tazo, who clearly has more sway in this place, he's the owner. Pretty much lets Crook do what he wants.
Yeah, I got a big bar tab.
So yeah, I go try to speak to the cleaning droid.
Okay. In which language?
Binary.
In
Probably
binary?
don't have vocal coders. So.
Okay.
I just walk up and jam
Ooh.
something into it.
do you have something in particular that you say? What?
Oh, I asked him if he likes his job.
11001101.
Like if he likes his job.
He informs you that he is to sweep the area of the bar where Crook has been hanging out for hours and wishes that he would leave. But after that, he moves to another part of the bar. He doesn't seem particularly interested in you.
I yell out to MRV, "Hey, droidy! How drunk am I?"
Master Crick, I hope you're not hoping to payload today.
All right.
And I go in full whatever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Okay. So, anything else that you guys want to do before? I assume that you're all planning to go to this.
No, I'm gonna completely ignore the plot hook.
You can do what you want.
Yes, I will.
This is
I
Star
will
Wars.
attend. the
Yeah,
meeting.
I'll stumble up there.
Okay.
Sure. I feel like I would have been watching you and tried to pay as close attention and learn as much as I could about you.
And yet you didn't play cards with me.
So
Playing cards with you though.
So Jeff, let's
He ran away, so I didn't get a chance to spy on him.
yeah, Jeff, let's roll a perception then.
Wait,
Mhm.
when he entered, it might have struck most of the people, so we should at least know what it looks like how he's dressed.
Yeah. Do you want to describe how you look coming into this bar?
I have a non-role playing question.
Yeah.
Did I have to buy those clothes, or is this just like my regular clothes? Because there's like clothes versus armor, and that's not the same
Your
thing.
regular clothes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in what appears to be standard Imperial pants and boots, but a semi-formal, slightly more casual but nice-looking, shirt of some kind.
Okay.
So I'm not wearing a hat. I'm just there. Yeah.
So
Okay.
no military cap, but
No military cap,
the-
but it looks
the-
like
the
I got
standard-
military boots, military
Okay,
pants
yeah.
with
Yeah.
with like just a beige colored
So
button-up shirt.
yeah, everyone
Nice-
is
nice
completely
looking.
judging him.
Yes,
Yeah,
everyone's judging me.
Yeah, you.
I'm
raise
trying
some
not to
eyebrows.
stand out, and I'm doing a bad job about it.
It does seem. Well, go ahead and. Yeah, it does seem that the warm welcome from Tazo went a little ways in.
I feel a little protected,
in calming
but
the the perceptions of those around in the bar.
Yeah, a friend of Tazo's,
Yeah. Even though
not someone there to murder everybody.
no one else here is trying to Imperial officer
Right.
LARP or anything.
Is there a computer terminal where I can look up for this picture while we go away?
Yeah. Not in the main bar.
But because we know the cantina.
You do have general internet access. Network.
It's not really HoloNet because it's
HoloNet,
we're in
yeah.
the outer ring. I guess you.
Hypernet.
Okay, so I guess I'm.
It's like dial-up.
Yeah, probably like because I reached
Okay.
Android, so
Give
like
me.
try to run his picture, but later I just cue this.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say that this happens before the meeting.
Yeah.
So Jeff, give me a perception check of difficulty.
So perception is
Mm-hmm.
going to be, if you want to scroll down a bit, perception is going to be your perception rating.
which is 1, and the characteristic for that is cunning. So you get 2 total dice, and one of them is yellow.
Okay. So 1 green. And
Yeah. So the way that this
how many bad things go in this?
put 2
Purple ones.
So 2 is a normal check.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he's telling you to roll 2 dice, this is an average
An average thing.
thing. If it's 1, it's easy.
Oh,
if it's
okay.
3, it's hard. So
I crit.
wow, crit again.
Another
but
crit.
But
another
I didn't
fail.
succeed.
Yeah, another fail.
Okay.
So
Wait, no.
the crit is 1 success, and it also has a bonus, which outside of the context of
So
combat is very nebulous.
Yeah. So
But it's like a
So
good
crit
thing.
does not count as
Yeah.
a success.
It does count as
Oh,
one
as
success,
one
but
success.
you also
Missing
roll
on the
one
But I
fail.
tied, yeah.
This is all the dice.
are we neutral on success and then
Yeah,
1
correct.
disadvantage?
One
Neutral
disadvantage.
with 1 disadvantage, but
Okay.
then there's also the crit. Whatever
Okay,
you
so
want.
you yeah, you can't really tell like you're not sure what's up
Just a
with
drunk
this
dude
crew
and
guy.
his droid.
Yeah. Interestingly, though, you, as you kind of walk past him to your corner, something. If it's the smell or just the mannerism is off. It seems like something. It's not just the hair on the dog's back. So.
Can I tell that he's? I mean, I just kind of as my character is thrown into this world, I'm
Yeah.
going to be very suspicious of everyone, and so I'm going to be suspicious of another person that Tazo just gave a slip of paper to, because I don't want to trust anybody. I'm not a trusting person in this specific situation.
Yeah.
So I'm just observing and all. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
see what's going on. A little bit of deer in a headlights situation here.
Yeah. Tell us. Well, I guess save that thought for the meeting. Why don't you make a 3 difficulty
Stealth.
computer check?
Computer is intelligence of 3 and 2 yellow.
This one wasn't there.
What do we got?
Wow, these are
Success.
Oh. How
All
many
right.
successes do you have?
4 successes.
And 1 failure.
So net 3 with 1 disadvantage.
And one disadvantage.
3 success, 1 disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. What if you were like?
Yeah, right.
You have one of those things?
Wait, do you have one of those things?
Isn't that the universal port, though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'll probably have something equivalent.
And it has to be a universal port, because R2-D2 sticks it in everything.
Literally everything. Even.
Well, C3
Even the.
3PO doesn't have it,
Yeah.
right?
He's a
Well,
protocol droid. He's
no,
he's like he's a
Yeah, I guess
he's
I'm a
human to
mechanic.
human.
Because I'm a mechanic, it might be a standard. In our one of the standard modification I have.
Okay. So.
I don't think you have access to the outside world. Is that necessary for this?
We can make it a mod if
Yeah.
if you,
I'm not a standard issue.
No, I know, but if you're a mechanical
No,
droid, you have a receiving port. You're not. You don't have a. You have a hole. you don't have a. Stick.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll go with this. You.
Or maybe I have a cable.
He added one.
He's gone back to his room. You're not even aware of this.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's looking you up anyway.
So maybe I have a cable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so he does have a he can access the internet.
Yeah.
That's important to the world.
So you, as you search the.
did you go to your room?
No, I don't know. Not yet.
We're gonna call it the dial net. That's all you can get here on
The modems.
Gamor. You can't find anything on this individual. I mean, you don't have a lot to go on. under this individuals, but you do just in looking at Imperial garb, you think that this person was wearing Imperial issue slacks from at least 5 years ago. It's rather vague, but doesn't quite look like recent issue. So,
well, the clothes can be tattered. You know, it's not fresh new clothes, but it's it's like the Imperial issue pants and boots that are worn.
The Empire is always adjusting the eyepiece of the stormtroopers and putting the fold on a different part of the leg.
Yep.
Oh, by the length of a garb and like the cuts, I can also determine where it was in position last.
Where he was in position last?
Yeah, because Commander can kind of design the uniform.
You don't get a big sense. I mean, I mean, he wasn't. he wasn't.
I mean, I can try to do the search and be like, okay, that's I have
if
1,000 results. So
Mike, if there was a way for you to identify my rank by my pants, I wouldn't be wearing them.
yeah, I know. But I still try.
I would have gotten new pants. I don't care that people know that I'm from the Empire. I just care that people don't know where or what rank or anything.
I'm a thorough droid, so
yeah.
So basically, what I found out is, I guess that he was recently in the Navy.
That's
The Navy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
ships.
Let's real quick take an aside, primarily for Jeff, but this is a reminder that everyone needs playing over this. So there's what's said at the table, and then there's what your character has. So just at this point, you know these things. You don't necessarily tell anyone. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe you're in a custom of telling Crook everything that you find.
No, he didn't ask me.
Can you say that again, but in a slightly more French accent? We'll do that. So I think 7 o'clock rolls around.
It was, from your description earlier, it's obvious that he's an imp, right? Like, everyone at the bar reacted. I would assume that I would also know,
Yeah.
he's okay.
Yeah. It is much more that,
I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
If I can tell Imperial, that's all I care about. I don't...
And it's more the style. He doesn't have he didn't have any insignia.
He's either an Imperial or he's a wannabe.
Yeah.
Okay.
He stands up a little bit too straight.
Yeah. He's the least
I'm
Scruffy-Looking.
I'm a little scruffy, but not I mean, you can kind of see my character. I got the handlebar. I don't look like I'm not a paper pusher. I clearly was doing physical things. I was not just one of the guys at the terminal on the
Fire the Death Star.
Pulling the lever.
Specialist.
Yeah, I was a specialist. Some kind
No,
of
you were not a
special role.
The specialists are the guy in the pits.
Yeah.
So you
not in the pits. Not in the.
Yeah, so we all go back to the room at the specified time. Let's do some things. So first of all, let's roll some fort.
I have a question for you. In our past workings with this gentleman, is it he gives us the job and then we have time to prepare for the job and then we go do the job? Or is it he gives us a job and we immediately leave to do the job? Should I bring my stuff with me to this meeting is what I'm asking.
You don't need to do that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We'll lose that a couple hours.
Yeah.
Well, there's always going to be a meeting point. You meet to talk about the job, and then you meet to go do the job.
Right. I mean, it depends on the guy. It could be a very...
But he needs to fuel the ship and stuff.
Yeah. Or whatever.
I want to roll Destiny. So one thing in the Age of Empire system is that we have Destiny points which basically the flow of destiny can be used both by the GM and the players
Oh, I get it.
to
Remember.
to kind of add bonuses or do a little bit of minor retcon, like, oh, I did bring that with me, things like that. So to do destiny, I want to roll 4 of these cubes.
We only have 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
'cause Matt didn't bring his dice. Or JR did? Yeah.
No matter.
Yeah, but it's good.
do you want to stop this?
Wait.
Maybe Trey.
That looks good for us.
5.
5
You wanna roll
white.
another
5
one?
white. Yeah,
and then
one more.
Here you go, DM. Or DM.
6 white. All right.
6 white. Wow.
Good first
You're
session.
looking
So
good.
white is
Okay.
good for us,
So
I
to-
guess?
Yeah.
For this session,
It's the light side of the
the
place.
flow of destiny.
Ah.
Can we put that up here?
Yeah.
That's safe. You have 6 destiny points. So the simplest thing that you can do is to use one of these destiny points to add a boost to your check. You can also
Ridiculous.
This is a boost.
Yeah.
you can also use it to add a what are these called? Setback die. I believe you can add a setback die
Setback die,
Yeah,
yeah.
setback.
to an opponent's check.
Okay.
To do so, you would be responsible for narrating what that means. Yeah. Okay. So you guys walk into this kind of back room of the bar. It's kind of underneath the rooms where the two of you have been staying. When you come in, Tazo is seated at a kind of a table. It's just him. So there are 3 seats around the table.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah. So do you all?
I could actually, we could ask me to like fold so it can sit on me.
So I would I'd want to get there a little bit early.
So would I.
So I get there like 10 minutes before.
You're
meeting
like-
starts.
Okay.
I've got nothing to do. I've got no room to go to. I will
have-
be at the meeting very early.
All right.
I show up slightly late.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes before 7. How should we do this? I need a. Where's our D100?
I got him here.
Could we like, oh
eight
right.
seconds.
Oh no! Give me a vigilance check, the 2 of you.
Okay.
Just these 2. You failed your vigilance check.
How many opposing dice?
I don't know how to do
Okay.
Vigilance check.
So this is gonna be a contested check, which I think just means that the 2 of you.
Roll and see who gets better.
Yeah.
We have the same scores.
All right.
I'm just gonna roll in front of me because that's way too far away. I get 1 success with 4 advantage.
2 success and 1 advantage.
Yeah.
So you win the check
Yeah. So.
Why?
because you got 1 more success than I did.
Jack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, what's the advantage mean then? Sorry, this is.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like incidental consequences.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we would have tied, would that have been the tiebreaker?
No.
No. Okay.
It varies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
advantage can be like if you fail a check, like you're trying to sneak up on somebody, like and you fail the sneak check, but
Yeah.
you have advantage, like they'll notice you, but like they may think you're doing something innocuous.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if
They don't immediately like
Yeah.
punch you in the face.
All right. So Jack,
Okay.
you get there first, and you check the door and it's locked. And do you hang out there or do you?
To avoid upsetting my long lost friend, I don't try to get into the door any more than just wiggling the door handle. So I will go approximately 15 feet away from the door and just wait,
Okay.
depending on the hallway situation.
Gand, as you show up, the door opens. Tazo welcomes you in.
That's advantage.
That's the most worthless rule that hopefully we'll have here. But
Got it.
So yeah, you take seats with Tazo. You follow in.
Oh,
and sit
if
down.
he opens the door
Yeah.
for me, I'm going in. Yeah.
I follow this strange masked creature
as
I know I'm about to have to work with.
yeah,
Huge bug
Good
eyes,
Mm-hmm.
big scar.
Not too thrilled about it.
as you sit there and 7 rolls around and the third member of the party and his droid have not arrived. Tazo kind of fumbles his hands a little bit.
Has this just been awkward silence the whole time?
Well, yeah. It's been.
I wouldn't say anything.
I would have said something to Tazo.
Mm.
It's been a few minutes. Tazo doesn't. He seems a little preoccupied. He's not particularly into conversation right now. He does have 6 fingers, which I think is awesome. So he probably makes a really sick ass beat with his hand. So when do you show up?
Oh, it was like 5 minutes after.
5 minutes after.
I'm kind of stumbling and like leaning on him.
Correct. So nice for you to join us.
Camera just fell off.
Hey,
Oh,
you want to put
maybe-
that up?
Maybe don't tap the table quite so much. Is that good or should I
It is. Tilt it up a bit.
tilt? This.
Okay, like back down here. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
And do you fall? Are you following him? So.
Well, he's leaning on me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm using
gotcha.
him to like support my stumbling.
Master Creek, I think we're gonna be really late.
It's fine.
It's pretty convenient because I'm like 1.2 meter, so it's
Yeah, he's like elbow length.
yeah.
He gives you a real stare down with that middle eye.
Just the middle one?
Just middle eye.
What are the other two going off in like other directions?
He's kind of focusing on these guys. They have it
I see.
together, but you can tell that he's annoyed, but also that.
Can I tell that he's annoyed?
He's sort of used to it.
Well, you can tell from the one-eyed stare down.
Okay.
That.
I have enough capabilities.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
care though.
I guess. Yeah, good.
Nice of you to join us.
Thank you. I bow really ostentatiously.
Yeah. He keeps you from falling over.
Yeah. I like bow when I go too far.
Yeah.
I look over at
And now-
at them and give him like a weird nod.
Do you put him in his chair? Now I'm wondering.
He's got a little high chick.
I'm wondering how this is working because
I mean,
how tall are you?
his drunk is not disabled.
What?
His drunk is not disabled.
How tall are you exactly?
1.2 meters.
1.2 meters.
Okay.
1.19 meters, to be precise.
So 4 feet tall. Ish.
Okay. So it's a little awkward.
5'9".
Yeah.
No, he's like 3 something. 3 foot.
That's under 4 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Like tall. It's about 4 feet.
So as you guys know, I like to think that we've kept this place off of the Imperial radar, and we've managed to avoid the reach of the huts. They tend to stay north, in the Galactic North, in the Hutt space. But something concerning has happened come to my attention in the last week. While the Hutts don't seem to want to step or slither into our region of space. There's been more contact with the seedy characters of Gamor City. I have reason to suspect that a slaving operation has been initiated by one of the minor corporations there, and in my opinion, it could only be in conjunction with the Hutts or some crime syndicate. This isn't something that we've seen on Gamora, to my knowledge. So, at this point, from what I know, this isn't rampant. This isn't something that has been going on for long either. But we intercepted details of what we think will be some sort of trafficking event that's going to be happening 2 days from now at a particular warehouse. So what I need from you guys, and the reason I brought my friend Jack here, is, well, I've had some trouble with my former pilot, and we're a bit low on resources right now. But Jack, I know that you have a capable ship, and Crook, and
I'm like laying on the table.
and yeah, he says your name with some distaste, and Gand. Does he address you as Gand typically? Gand.
Yeah.
It feels a little awkward when he says it, but he addresses you as Gand. You've been very reliable in a couple of jobs I've had you do that you've done for me. I need to know who is behind this trade. I need to know if it is the Hutts, if it's someone else, if it's an isolated event coming, or isolated group right here on Gamor. So what I need you to do is to intercept the, we'll call them the bagmen, who are responsible for transporting these, what we think are slaves. We don't know if they were kidnapped here or somewhere else. But I want you to intercept them at the Gamor Tech warehouse, and I'll send you those details later. And I want you to take take their place to deliver this payment that they seem to be responsible for. Ultimately, I need to know who's behind this. So our first priority is to stop this from happening. We don't know why all of a sudden this new like I said, to my knowledge, we don't know of any slaving that has taken place in Gomorrah. We want to stop it, but we need to know if the Hutts are behind it or who's behind it. Because the last thing that we want would be for a group such as that to move into our territory. So he kind of pauses after he says this much. So, 2 days from now, at 2 o'clock, we have reason to believe that these bagmen will arrive at the main passenger terminal in Gomorrah. Gomorrah is the main spaceport of this city or of this planet, and the largest city. We would like you to identify them at the main terminal, and then intercept them between the main terminal and the warehouse where we believe that this transaction will take place.
And you know the warehouse that they're going to? You intercepted that information?
We believe that the deal will be taking place at the it's a warehouse owned by Gomortech. It's kind of out of the way. It's on the edge of the spaceport, but but that's where we believe the transaction will take place. We want you to intercept and take the place of these individuals in order to infiltrate and figure out who's behind all of this. We do believe that these agents we believe that they're identified only by their by a set of codes that they should have with them. Now, I don't have much more information than that, but we do believe that you'll be able to somehow acquire these and successfully take their place. So, any questions?
Gand has a
I
question.
start snoring.
Gand has a question.
Yes.
Gand would like to know what you want us to do with these bagmen.
It's really not of much concern to me.
Do you want them for any reason? Or should we terminate them?
I would not want to be on a mission where we just go and murdering people. So I would say we would want to decapitate not decapitate them. The opposite of that.
Have them a head.
Yeah, give them another head. Disable them, and then we can, lock them in my shuttle and then bring them back to you for questioning.
I kind of go.
My logical
Yeah.
circuit failed to see the relevance of a spaceship if we are going to take a position of the troops and the cargo on land in this city.
I'm sorry. You're wondering about the ships that they are coming in on?
And we gonna. Why do we need a spaceship?
Yes. The initial, yeah. You're a student. The initial investigation will take place on the planet. I don't know what we'll find, but I'm hoping.
Tazo says that's none of your freaking concern.
It is my concern.
Assuming that you are able to make some headway on this, I may need you to follow up further in the surrounding systems.
But it seems relevant to then steal the cargo ship and to fly with that. No offense, Commander, but how are we gonna?
Yes.
I only
Make
know
your
how to
ship.
fly. I only know how to fly my ship. I
I
am
know.
not an astute pilot. I know how to fly my ship, and that is it. I don't know how to fly other people's cargo ships.
Tend to forget living beings are limited.
And just FYI, I am not a pilot. I am.
Mhm.
I just have a ship that I know how to fly it.
He's mostly interested in your ship.
Yeah.
Oops.
Aren't you a pilot? Krug?
No.
Oh, am I the only pilot?
And I don't want you flying my ship.
I can fly in space.
We just throw.
Yeah, I don't have the planetary piloting skill.
You don't need a skill to do something.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I will. I'll send you the coordinates of the warehouse on your data pad. He kind of looks at Crook and then looks back and gestures to Jack here.
Yeah. I have a data pad, so I bought one.
That's
I think I do too.
I think we all should, except you probably don't.
I do not have a data pad.
I have a data pad.
Yeah, you have a robot. That's fine. Your robot stores your stuff.
It's like a really big data pad.
He kind of gives a agitated gesture and says, "I have found Crook useful in the past."
From our skeptical glances, or at least mine,
I'm-
because I'm like, I understand why we would
I
need
have a
him.
very immobile face, so I don't.
Yeah, but you know Crook, so you know if he's useful or not. I don't know anything about him. There's an annoying droid that's questioning everything, and a drunk guy at the table. I'm just
Sleeping.
being very diligent and following orders because that's kind of what I do.
If
Because that's what you know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll trust you to make sure he doesn't get in the way, and
I'll do my best.
if he isn't helpful, I'm sure you'll let me know.
You'll let him know when he wakes up, right?
Yeah. So, Ungamore, there's kind of, it's mostly a jungle planet. There's some like cleared areas, and there's some mountainous regions. But on this like large jungle area, in the middle of the the city you're on is kind of on the.
What's the name? Does it have a name? The city we're in?
It does have a name. Do I remember what I called it? I'll get that to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I did name it, so I'll just find that.
Okay.
Oh, interestingly, Gamorreans don't all have to be big and bulky and
Oh,
warriors.
really? You can be
Yeah.
spelled?
Yeah. Well, I mean, according to the internet.
That's always right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Gamor City is on the opposite side of kind of this jungle plain, probably like 200 miles or so. Yeah, so you have, according to Tezo, 2 days to
Prepare.
get in position, figure out a plan, and as he concludes the meeting, he does say, if you have any concerns or questions, I may be able to help you. Just Jack, you can get a hold of me. I do have matters to attend here. So I won't be able to join you in Gamor.
Meta question.
Mhm.
Did
Yeah.
he give us any sort of description of these couriers, or he doesn't know anything other than that they were
Yeah. He doesn't. He didn't seem to have.
Like, do we know? Are they like humans? Do we
Yeah.
don't know even that they're humans? Okay.
Oh no! Sorry. Yeah, he didn't seem to have a lot of specifics on them. What he does do is he gives you, or he sends to Jack's datapad. There's a transport coming in, just a small transport, and they will be. There are two of the passengers on that transport. Yeah. The only other thing that you know is the location of the warehouse that they're going to, and the warehouse is owned by Gamor Tech. So
Okay.
All
I
right.
guess that's where we're at.
Does anyone wake me up?
No.
No. I do not.
First I talked to Jack.
Luna is about to the bathroom.
Captain.
If that's all right.
Would you like me to come on board your ship and then my quality of mechanics start to run the pre-flight checks and verify all your engine and sublight system?
I did that already. I don't need any assistance from you. Thank you, though.
Very well. Master Crook! Master Crook! The meeting is over.
Okay, good. Let's go to bed. I just want to walk off towards my room.
Okay.
They're getting tried to listen to everything. All I got was
I did record everything.
get bags at a tech warehouse.
I was listening.
Kit bags. That was people.
Flesh, blood bags.
Bags full of people. Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to bed.
You're going to bed.
Yeah.
You wander off quickly.
I'm the last to leave. I let everyone else leave. He has a place. He has a room. You guys have a room.
Yeah.
I talk with him
Oh,
afterwards.
did we convene on the time?
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
And
Or
that is-
whatever that is.
So,
Interestingly, Gamor has strangely Earth-like time.
Yeah. Do we?
convenient.
Are we all staying in the same place? Do we have easy access to
Yeah.
each
So.
other? We can communicate
Yeah,
and
so
plan
this-
if we need to.
Uh,
Because my thought process is here is I don't know how they have worked in the past, but I like to plan shit out, and so I want to not just show
Give
up
me a
at 2
break.
o'clock on
yeah.
game day
Whatever.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hope it works out.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone in the party feels more of.
We have
like
2
that.
whole days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, do I need to get all your all's information now in order to...
Are we?
Or-
We're still in the room, right?
No.
I've left.
Sort of.
You've left.
They stumbled.
All right.
So I guess I would ask you that, is like, can I have the contact information for the other, for
Yeah. So he does. Well, okay. So he does make it clear that you're all staying in his premises.
brothel.
He's yeah. It seems that there's a bar on the property and
In a hotel or
a hotel. He's not particularly involved in either business, but just seems to.
It's a front.
Yes.
Seems to know what's going on. Yeah.
Does not make
When I
but it doesn't
after I
make
put him
enough.
to bed, I like go to the spaceport and wait for him to arrive like discreetly. Like I fold myself in the corner.
You don't know where my ship is. Get out
Well,
of here.
there's one spaceport in the city. Unless there's
I didn't
several
park it
spaceports.
at the spaceport.
Well, I will.
That's far too obvious.
Would you have flown into the main city, and then
No,
ferried over?
absolutely not.
Are we taking his?
I don't know that, so
Is that-
Yeah.
I say I do what I said.
Yeah,
I went to
yeah,
the
yeah.
spaceport and I wait
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
We're taking your ship over. Is that what we are assuming, or is?
Yeah, I would have flown directly to you, parked it out somewhere not close to people,
Did
and
you
then,
haven't
and then locked it.
you haven't left, right? You're still in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My BMW.
Sir Jack, Gant would like to know if he can put his stuff on your ship
As long as I get to,
for this event.
of course, but there will be no explosives on my ship.
Very well.
Weapons, obviously, we will need them. Explosives, no.
Aren't weapons just contained explosives?
No grenades, no rocket launchers. Just,
Sorry, I'm not even in
blasters.
here.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping.
Dreaming of asteroid fields and green men again.
You guys certainly have time if you wanted. Do you head towards the ship tonight, or are you?
No, because I don't want anyone to follow me. I want to go to bed.
Okay.
I'll make sure I'm not followed tomorrow, and then go to my ship.
Okay.
Yeah, and after a couple hour waiting, so I'm a robot. I don't really care. Right?
I give Jack my data pad contact information.
Yeah, likewise.
And
yeah, we exchange information.
yeah,
Great.
Since Drunkard over here didn't give us any, I get it from you.
Okay. Great.
and I
You already have his,
yeah.
because you're kind of
yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would or not.
colleague-ish.
I don't think we have worked together before. It sounds like, but
And they,
I probably
Yeah.
know people who know how to get.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the two of you have both kind of done odd jobs here. This seems to be a good place both to get work from Tazo and for
What's-
capable hands. This is a reasonable place.
What's the vibe I get about Kruk? Is it like, is he someone who's kind of nuts, or is he like dependable?
Yeah. Let's
Just
let's,
work-
let's,
word
let's
on the
get
street.
Let's get a perception. roll
You
on
want
that.
perception, or you want streetwise?
You can do streetwise.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, streetwise.
Hang on, go streetwise.
Difficulty for this?
well, you're
Normal.
Normal too.
Okay.
I didn't need it.
Urchin.
Why would I need it?
We need a
What?
catcher for the
Yeah,
guy.
we'll work on that.
Oops.
That's 93 money.
All
It's
right.
the wrong dice.
So that's 2 successes. So that passes with
One advantage.
1 advantage.
What advantage? Okay.
1 pass, 1 advantage.
Yeah, you get the sense that he is capable. I mean, yeah. It doesn't seem like he's maybe like a.
Be like a complete buffoon.
He's not a complete. Yeah.
He has.
at least.
He only has buffoonish tendencies.
He just
Yeah.
likes to drink.
You haven't seen anything that makes you think that he's like got a particular excellent skill.
Okay.
You know, you think that you could probably
I think
outsnipe him.
I
and
think-
something like that.
my character would just assume you've asked the droid to be here and he's tagging along because he owns the droid. Because I get
That
it,
might
right?
be
We're
true.
planning a mission, right? We need muscle. We need a droid. You always have to have a droid on a mission, and you have to have a ship and some planning. I don't know what his point is, but I just assume he's tagging
He
along.
owns the droid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing else to talk
Yeah.
about, I'm gonna go back and get my gear prepped for the mission,
Okay.
and I'll coordinate with you to get it on your ship.
Wait, he was not here when you said no explosives, right?
No, I sobered out long ago. I have.
Correct. I will, since we were having a conversation anyways and we exchanged information, I would like to start planning, and honestly, we should be in Gamor City by the end of the day tomorrow to scout and to look at these places and to understand the spaceport. I've never been there before, so I don't know jack about Jack. So I would feel very anxious and not comfortable going into this mission without at least seeing the spaceport, seeing the layout, seeing the warehouse, seeing what kind of guards they have, like the type of situation. So I think that we should plan to be, you and I will discuss, but like we should plan to leave for Gamor City tomorrow and then, find a place to lay low and then scope it out before we start doing things. And then I will get your information from him and then send that information to you. But we'll have to make sure you get it tomorrow and aren't super wasted. I'd probably tell him, hey, don't let him get drunk tomorrow.
Gand is pleased with your reasoning
Okay,
and accepts.
excellent.
I actually wasn't listening, so that's good.
Very good.
I was looking up one of my skills to remember what it does.
That's fine.
Oh, that counts.
Cool.
No one starts with it.
And
yeah. So
is that something we can do? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
from an RPG point of view.
Oh yeah. So
like-
you're, if you want to get to the city tomorrow,
Yes.
and look around.
Yeah, we have 2 days.
Absolutely.
Let's give a day of scouting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Krook is sleeping off his.
Hair of the dog.
Are we stepping in the next morning now?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you do anything.
Yeah, we're
different.
good, right?
It's like you guys.
All right. I wake up early and I'm fine.
Do we care how much you're paying
Actually,
us?
can I
Yeah.
should probably roll.
You should
for
roll
that.
for hangover.
What would that be?
Constitution? Is there a constitution in this?
No,
like this.
Willpower
Cool.
or
Oh,
brawn?
brawn. Yeah, brawn.
Resilience? I think resilience.
Oh, resilience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's brawn.
Yep, resilience, brawn. Yep.
Okay. I'll roll for that.
Against, yeah, but you
Against probably.
Against-
Oh,
What?
let's do just a normal.
A 2.
How many drinks did you have last night?
Well, I mean, I stopped before the meeting, so I stopped at like 6 p.m.
Okay,
Started
normal.
at-
Okay.
and I didn't have
Give
any
him
more.
a give him a boost too.
But I probably had like 8 or 10. Like I was drinking all day.
Yeah.
So it's probably 3.
Give
I
him,
know that this is something that
You also have a tolerance factor.
I also do it a lot.
I know that you've done this before, so we're just gonna make a normal check.
Which is 2.
he did stop drinking. Maybe give him a boost too. A boost die.
Oh,
brutal.
I fail with 1 advantage.
You fail with advantage.
yeah, because
Oh,
the,
wow.
the
2 fails though.
2 fails, 1 advantage.
Yeah. So you feel it when you wake up. You're going to.
I go back to sleep then. Like if I feel awful when I wake up, I'll just fall back
Okay.
to sleep.
Okay.
We don't
Yeah,
need
if
him
you-
for the morning. We could have scheduled to meet at lunchtime. Seems like a good.
If you do anything before, we'll say mid-afternoon, you're gonna take some setback.
Yeah.
So he does nothing.
but
mid-afternoon.
I mean,
Gan would like to meet earlier than noon.
Okay, yeah. Then we could have set that up ahead of time.
Yeah.
You guys squared it away.
The
Yeah.
chat just did a shout out to 2MC.
What? Did they say?
Is that T. Barnes?
Taylor and someone else. I don't know who.
What
Identify
You don't
yourself,
have to
people.
go across the. Oh, I guess that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, this is
I'm just gonna have to not.
So I'm gonna sleep, and then unless someone wakes me up, wake up at like 3 in the afternoon.
That's a little late. So okay, so let's say we're sitting around.
We'll say
I don't know,
that
in the
you
morning,
also
10
sent
o'clock.
this
I
to
sent
him.
it to him, so
Yeah.
it's up to him to wake him up. So the first time, so that really it should have been a something check on him to see if he can wake you up. You don't
Well,
wake up.
That's it. It's a check to see if he's sober.
Right.
He's hungover.
Right.
He
he's
goes
hungover.
back to sleep.
Right.
If JR wants to do other things,
So
he
I
can-
sent
you can
out
do
a
that.
meeting invitation for 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Sure. And sent it to him and sent it to, or Gan
Yeah.
agreed to it before. And so at 10 o'clock, we're meeting at your
Oh,
restaurant.
it's
at
Jared.
Tazo's. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
We're meeting at Tazo's restaurant and planning. You're letting me know what gear you have, and we're figuring out what we're gonna do next.
I actually
And we're
just bring it all with me.
sort of waiting on them to
I don't-
before we
I
get
don't-
too deep into it.
Are you hanging it back in the bedroom?
Yeah.
So
for,
if you get an invitation for a meeting at 10 o'clock, would you go without Cook?
No, I will try to pull the bed. If I cannot wake him up, I will pull the bed.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to wake me up though?
Yeah, first I try to wake you
Okay.
up.
We can do like opposed checks, right?
Yeah. So we can do. How are we gonna wake him up?
Like I'm not like actively trying to resist being woken up. I'm just
First of all,
very
what time
tired.
is this? This is like 9:30
Yeah.
before the meeting.
Correct.
So the first thing is like I will say,
Yeah,
Master
okay.
Crook, it's time to go. We have a meeting.
I don't remember how opposed checks work.
You're just gonna. Well, actually, let's do this.
Or just put like a passive check for me, because I'm not actively resisting being woken up.
Yeah, I think it should be easy.
Do a will. Just give a.
Like you already woke up, right?
What's your willpower?
No.
Like
Two.
you woke up and went back to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just.
So that's
Well,
probably
that-
we'll say the difficulty
that's
is
probably easy, or
the
maybe
2 willpower, and then what are you doing to wake him up? Oh, you're yelling at him.
Yeah.
Willpower.
What would that be?
Willpower.
I gotta get used to these skills.
I don't know if that's a skill.
Yeah.
Oh.
If
I
shouting
would-
was a
I would
skill,
just call it a normal.
I'm sure
an
he can
easy or
regulate
normal.
his decibel levels very
Well, the difficulty is
precisely.
gonna be
Coercion.
normal.
Why is it? It would be
For the
definitely be
willpower.
coercion. Is it not? No.
Coercion.
is it charm?
Or charm?
Yeah, what would you
It
do?
could be charm.
I would call this an easy check. I don't.
I'm
think
gonna
waking
do it
someone
his
up is
willpower
difficult.
because I think
Just a flat willpower check.
at
for-
10 o'clock in the morning he's.
Is this going to be opposed or is this just?
So I roll two. I roll my will.
We're just gonna make one die pool. We're kind of just going
Okay.
go with this. That's
So this is
that's setting the
JR's rolling?
difficulty of it.
Sure.
I'm using.
Okay.
Oh, what did you do? You just did one.
Yeah, he has one willpower.
It's neutral completely.
Completely neutral.
Yeah.
So then you get to pick, right?
I forget what
I think it
is.
fails.
I think it fails.
Oh.
It fails. Or are you gonna try? Are you gonna escalate?
So he.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. What do? You
Punch him.
you are aware of your droid
Trying to wake me up.
Trying to wake me up.
I try to like hit him to like a snooze button.
we're in the
I'm
kitchen now.
asleep.
No.
You're in the room.
You're in his bedroom.
So I'm
Which
gonna,
is connected
I'm
to-
gonna fetch a cart. And I'm gonna roll him on the cart.
Okay.
Like one of whatever like mentioned
What's your
cart.
strength?
I have
Brawn?
What's
two
your
brawn.
athletics?
Oh, athletics.
Well, I
Or
guess there's two
coordination.
brawn.
You can use athletics or coordination.
I can use coordination. Yeah. So
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay,
coordination
so
sounds good.
Against my brawn.
yeah, so like
Okay.
there
Roll two.
there are carts that are easy to come by. Like a hotel. What do we got?
3 successes.
Oh wait, no. Add, how many did you fail? Add
One. You
one?
failed-
Add a
It was
setback.
neutral.
Add a
No,
setback.
you're a hangover.
No, before that, the hangover.
Oh.
We'll just say one.
Which is one of these?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, your hangover didn't.
So that's
That's 2 successes.
two successes.
Yeah.
So I just succeed.
So
Should've
you
been
put,
one
you
of
put
those
him on the
that-
cart, and
Yeah.
he's still sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, if he's just rolling me over, I'll be like half asleep and
Okay.
somewhat aware.
And then I'm bringing him to the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're
it
late.
doesn't have to be a cart. We'll say it's a wheelchair. You bring him in a wheelchair or something.
No, it's a cart.
Like a kitchen cart.
Whatever was
No,
closer, a
like-
wheelchair or a cart.
The thing,
It's a cart.
the thing that you probably to put the towels on or whatever.
Oh, I see, like a laundry cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, by the time
Are
I
you getting
get,
a luggage cart?
I assume we're meeting in the bar.
So yeah, so you
We're
bring
meeting
him-
in the bar.
That's the only place I know where.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
By the time I get there, I'm like, get me out of this thing, and I'm awake. Okay.
Okay, but it's before 3, so you're gonna take setbacks on everything you did.
Sure.
And we're alive late.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. We've,
So-
been,
A few minutes
we've
late.
been discussing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like 10:15. What's going on?
So this is where I would suggest that I would get the approval by everyone. It's like, let's get in my ship and let's go over there, this evening. Let's go over there, this afternoon and start scoping out, what's going on.
I concur.
Did we have a time that they were
Yeah.
showing up on the second day?
2 o'clock
2
on the
o'clock.
second day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is now the first day, right?
Yes.
So if we get over there this evening,
We could go this afternoon. We could eat lunch and then head over
how
there.
long of a trip is it to get there? Time wise?
If you take his ship, it's
It's
gonna be in less than
an
an
hour.
hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Way less than, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Time scales and so
it's not a.
20 minutes.
Sublight engines aren't great,
Okay.
but
Yeah, I gotta do something about your hyperspace. I'm sure I like that.
it says speed 3.
Yeah, you can get there, we'll say, in an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Gent thinks it would be a good idea to get there while it is still light.
Agreed.
Yes. Let's book it.
Okay. So Gan brought all his gear to the meeting. Do you guys need time to prep and to meet at my shuttle?
No.
Um,
I have my flame
Are you
cutter.
still in the cart? Are you still in the cart, or have you got in?
I've gotten out.
Okay.
Literally everything I own can fit in my backpack, so
Okay.
I just have a backpack.
Okay. Well then let's.
So I'll run back and grab it as I
Yep.
head to the ship.
Run back to your. I won't give you coordinates because I don't really trust everybody yet. So go back to your room, get your backpack, meet down here, and then we'll head to my ship, and I'll lead us there.
Sounds good.
Okay, you do that?
Do we have space on your ship to put the people?
Yes, we do. It's a big ship.
Very good.
20 passengers. I think.
At some point on the flight or something, I'm like,
Do you have restraints?
What are we doing
or
again?
something?
we getting peoples or bags? I heard
Maybe that
bags.
would be something we can invest in before we go. I've got some.
I've
I
recorded
did
the
at
whole,
one point, I took
the
them
whole
off,
conversation.
but
I will
something else.
broadcast it to you when we'll be on the ship.
Okay, you're gonna play it back to me while on the ship? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So then, okay,
Excellent.
we were having a somewhat serious discussion you guys should be a part of. I don't have restraints. It's a passenger ship. It's not. There's no jail cell in there. So we will need some way of restraining the people. If we want to try to keep them knocked out the whole time, we'll need something for that. And
So the
when
idea is that we're getting the slavers and
Yeah.
taking their place.
yes,
Okay.
and we're gonna tie them up and lock them in my ship.
I failed to understand the problem of keeping living cells down. It seems that it's pretty easy to turn yourself off.
Like you, or people?
Living cells,
Oh, living cells. Yes. Yeah.
living beings.
Yeah.
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 We'd find some kind of drug or something.
Yeah. I don't know if that's something doing right now.
That's gonna be my plan. So, as soon as we land, I go off and try to find someone who looks adequately shady.
Do you want to do a
Streetwise?
Yeah.
I can also build cells or change some of your passenger rooms into cells.
Yeah.
You're just normal difficulty.
Normal? Okay.
With a setback.
Oh, that's right. Which is
The black one.
black one, yeah. We've got 1, 2 successes against 3 failures, 1 advantage. So 1 failure, 1 advantage.
Okay. You. First of all, describe where you land. You come into the city. There's a big spaceport. Like, it's, as far as Outer Rim goes, like, this is a respectable spaceport. So, like,
if it was respectable, I don't think that I would have been able to land outside of the city without drawing attention, so we probably just landed in the spaceport.
sure. Yeah, that's fine. You can find a...
And as we had previously discussed, this is not a uncommon shuttle to have outside of Empire space. It's, you know,
How does it look?
it's the ships everywhere. It's common in the Imperial space, but
it's
people steal them all the time, and then
It's like the Ford Taurus.
exactly. It's the Fortress. So we're not
Exactly.
gonna raise any suspicions.
It's actually, like, it's not common. It's uncommon.
It's like a crown
Oh, is it?
It's not unheard of.
Okay.
So, it's...
Does it have a commonality?
Yeah, it's rare.
Oh, okay.
Which is only 1 step above normal.
Okay, so then maybe
But I'm gonna say that it's not
in a big spaceport.
Yeah. So when people see it, they think Empire.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the association is.
But then when we walk out of it,
But
we
it's
feel
kind of
oh,
like,
okay.
you know, the way that you, I don't know, associate Hummers with Texans or something.
Right. Okay. Okay.
It's not a guarantee.
Yeah, and I'm not
Whereas
hiding
with
the
California, big trucks is Texas.
right.
Yeah.
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 I'm not
Bunch of
hiding the
numbers right.
fact that I'm ex-Imperial. I'm just not letting anyone know like where I came from or what I was doing.
Okay.
So, you know, Imperial pants, Imperial boots, Imperial ship. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay, so you do that, and then Crook goes out. I guess he just kind of wanders off when you
I just wander
when
off.
you set down.
Were you gonna do something to the ship? I'll let you just stay there.
We say that we're gonna go get supplies. You want to do some things, and then we're gonna meet back in like a half hour or whatever.
Okay.
So you wander off looking for someone shitty, and you end up just kind
So
of
you
like
guys
walking
are
in a
living
circle
in the
around
ship?
the block.
It's locked.
What
You're not
you
in the
do,
I'm not in the ship.
ship. No.
What you do see is you end up going past like a shop that has just like just like basic gear. It's I don't know, almost like a Outer Rim
So I think
pawn
my
shop.
Sure.
So if you want to go in there, you can
You don't have
check that
any.
out.
I have a stun. I have a sun setting on my.
Oh, you do?
No, I'm looking for poisons, so.
Then
Yeah. Okay.
There's no reason to
Um,
double up. I don't
yeah.
think.
Plus, I don't have any
I'll let
money,
you do
so
the
no
shooting.
reputable place will
They
be
can
any
do the
good.
punching.
Yeah, I mean, whichever. So when I do damage on stun, it's going to do damage against the character's strain. So if you do physical damage, that's going to be wounds. So there is a difference.
Right. So okay.
So if
maybe
we
I
want to try to
should
take
buy
him down
one.
the strain, then we want
That way, in
more.
case you don't, I can follow up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to take more than. I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to one shot them.
Okay.
Maybe I will.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
No, but no, I agree. I mean, we're sort of having a conversation of like, so I didn't know what to buy at the beginning, so I didn't buy very much. So I'm not completely broke.
Sure.
Nice.
So, and mostly we kind of ran out of time. But so the discussion is he has a weapon that can stun and I do not. So I will go out and I will buy a weapon with stun. I think there was a cheap one.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, we want to go to like some sort of a shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what do you do after you... I mean, you walk around the block, you basically don't find what you're looking for. You come back to the ship.
So what are the details we know? I've listened to his recording at this point, so I'm caught up.
Okay.
But actual Mark doesn't remember all the details.
Yeah. So
we're just waiting for this ship to arrive in the city.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
2 strangers are gonna land, and we will have to identify them. So we're gonna have to figure out who they are, but. We're gonna assume that Tezo gave us like
But we
something
know-
to key
yeah.
on.
So on your data,
All we
pad-
know is their destination.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah.
know where they're landing.
But there's only one place to land. There's
Yeah.
only one space
Yeah. So
on the
he.
planet.
It's Gomor Tech warehouse. So
Well, presumably,
Yeah,
it's a
yes.
very large spaceport that.
Yeah,
they're
let
landing
me-
at.
yeah, they're going to
Let me
Gomor Tech
rehash
warehouse.
because
Yeah.
I wasn't particularly clear in narrating
Right,
that
and that's
anyway.
well,
So-
but that's part of our planning. Do we think that we have the
So
manpower
he-
to find them in the spaceport?
Yeah, so-
or do we want to just wait for them where they're
So
going?
on your data pad this morning,
Yeah.
you read some information from him. He gives you a transport code.
Okay,
Uh,
so we can watch for the transport code to come through the spaceport.
yeah.
Could
So
we
he also gives
Ooh,
you
that
the.
looks good.
There's like a
Can you give me some
Cider?
another one?
Sure.
Or something? I don't care what it is.
there's like a passenger
It's still a cider?
terminal place.
Yeah.
Like this is a small passenger craft that's coming in.
Okay.
Commercial, and so that's gonna land at the kind of like central passengers
Okay.
terminal. So he knows that much. He sends you the transport code, which is YR238.
Did you send it
Hey.
just to Jack?
No,
Say again.
Did you send it
did you
just
send it
to
to
Jack?
everybody?
This is coming to your data pad.
Okay.
You can.
So he did not send it to me.
Correct.
Yeah, we have can openers on the table. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but it's not on my side.
No, it's on the corners. Can you read that to me one more time, or just send it to me in Slack?
Yeah.
Or unless it's in there.
I missed that because I was.
YR.
You're not supposed to have it.
Okay.
YR238.
You guys- I have some like taco dip. You want? Are you guys getting hungry? Want to bring that out?
No.
I'd probably rather wait till after,
Okay.
just so we're not chewing on camera.
Agreed.
It is like almost 6 o'clock.
All right.
now,
So,
I'm getting a
what
little
do
hungry.
what do you use the transport code for?
Yeah. So these are going to show up just like on the terminals.
Oh, so this is like the airport
or-
code.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
It's like the
Okay.
airport.
Okay.
And so it will tell us
well-
exactly where they're landing.
Yeah. What gate?
Yeah. So they're coming into
You
this
can probably
this big
scan.
terminal.
You can probably
Terminal.
scan from the shuttle, scan the arriving flight, and see if it's that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, can I? I mean, I don't know, but if at some point where, so I didn't get those information. But if we are, if we gather to meet, I would like to run knowledge test to like know if I'd be able to be like, oh, with your shuttle you can scan the coming flight to see if it's the right number. Although usually people
Yeah.
can also know if they're scanned or not. But
Yeah. Okay.
So, as the somewhat leader of this, hodgepodge of people, I would entrust the airport code to everybody, the transport code to
Okay,
everybody.
Sure.
And then I would ask, what do we call you again? Jordy McPherson?
Just
Marv.
call him Marv.
Marv. I would ask Marv to, do whatever. Gather as much information that you can about the shuttle, the oncoming shuttle, and the passengers, and see if we can't see a pair of people that made a reservation together or something like that. Because we know there's 2 of them, but we don't know. We don't know exactly who we're looking
oh, it's a
for.
commercial.
Yeah. The other thing that he
It's a
sends you
commercial.
on your data pad is that they're both humans,
Okay.
and he sends you a picture of a face cap
Okay.
of it. So this is coming from his intel.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like
We're trusting it, but we're.
it's like a far away shot. So you can you get a basic idea of his face. He's got
Okay.
anyone who looks at this could probably recognize him, but it's not like
Right.
you
Yep.
know,
There's no enhance button.
there's no enhance button here.
Do you have any way to make yourself look like a human?
You know. This is
Okay.
like
Again,
So-
does not know of any such
500 by
Yeah.
500.
So Gan, part of your role in this is going to be, you have a long range blaster. Yeah, you're going to be somewhat of our eyes and ears from above. We're gonna have you find places that aren't right down on the ground with us, so that you can cover us and keep an eye out for shady shit that's about to happen. And then you're a human too, right?
Yeah.
Again, just
Yeah.
pleased with this role.
Alright.
Although I'm not with you at the moment.
No, but
Yeah.
like
I know what
adding
you
on, like you're gonna be one human, I'm gonna be the other human.
Yeah.
We're gonna stun them and then take their place, and then you'll be our droid that's hanging around.
Yeah.
That comes with us.
Kind of
our
pit
plan.
droid. It's fairly common in a
Yeah.
spaceport.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean a dog droid, especially in the outer ring. Where you everyone.
And it wouldn't be unexpected to leave out a droid if you're saying, "Hey, two humans are coming." You don't say
Yeah.
2 humans and a droid are coming. Like, no, you don't care.
Yeah.
Droids are, a hammer. It's a utility. You
Yeah.
don't talk about it.
After I wander around and don't find anything, well, first of all, how much do
What
I
are you
know?
looking for?
How
Did we
many-
ever make it to a store? Or
No, not yet.
Okay.
They're still doing.
How much do I know about this world vis-a-vis slaving kind of stuff? Or should I roll for that?
Core-
Yeah,
oh.
go ahead. Do a
Outer Rim int.
outer rim int would be appropriate.
Yeah, it's knowledge.
Outer rim? Yeah.
Almost
So
knowledge.
that's your intelligence store, intellect plus any outer rim knowledge you have.
Yeah, I know.
Let's do. Yeah, that's regular.
Regular?
What time did you come over?
We said we wanted to come over while it's still
we
light.
met at we talked about this.
Yeah.
We were there at 10.
Yeah.
He was 15 minutes late. We had a 5 or 10 minute
You went to the ship
conversation.
and you came over.
And then he
Okay.
went and got his backpack and
So
we
I
left.
saw my
So
name.
I would say
It's
we're
like 2
here
o'clock.
I would say noon.
Noon. Okay.
We got
So
out of there
after
by-
your walk. Okay.
So that gives me one of these.
Yeah, great. So he's flipped over a destiny point to give himself.
Might as well start using them.
Yeah, good.
They did literally nothing.
The boost and the setback have never turned up anything.
Oh, no.
At all.
So that's
You lost your
definite success.
It's one. No, it's.
3 success.
There's no fails.
Oh, there's no.
3 success with 2 disadvantage.
3 success with 2 disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have no reason to suspect any slaving here. From your knowledge, Gamor has not been a part of the slave trade.
It's a free planet.
Yeah,
Always has been.
you know that Gamorreans are involved with various crime organizations around, but usually never something as
Heinous.
kind of or
They're
Planet-
muscle. They're
planet.
not.
They're-
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
It-
not.
yeah,
Sure.
they're as heady as
Mhm.
slave trade. But you think that you remember Tazo saying that the slave trade here has been it's been something that has plagued Gamor City. So you think this is your recollection. So like metagame, I'm gonna say this, like you have a bad recollection of while you were slumped over at the table last night.
Gotcha. Okay.
You think that this is something. So you think that you have a vague recollection that this is something that Tazo wants to stamp out because it's been plaguing Gamor.
Gotcha.
But
Gilmore City.
Gamor City. But as far as you know, the Gamorreans aren't. One of
slavers. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the races that's involved with that.
Okay, I'm gonna find like just a pub, a bar, or a cantina. That's what it is in Star Wars.
You're supposed to be back at the ship in like an hour.
Oh, I am. I
Yeah.
completely forgot.
Well, I mean, it seems pretty in character.
You gotta
so-
start drinking before that hangover ends.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But how much does a drink cost? Is it negligible? Because I literally have 0 credits.
Yeah, no, you
Can't buy any alcohol then.
It is-
Did you roll to get at the end of character creation? You're supposed to roll it.
No, he has 0 credits.
Oh,
I think we discussed this.
Okay.
oh, he's supposed to?
You have worked enough jobs that we'll say you have
Petty cash.
petty cash, which you used. We'll say you used half of your petty cash on drinks last night.
Oh, I thought I was just running a tab there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, you have nothing. You lost
Yeah,
everything in cards.
you have a tab at Tazos, and so you don't
You can
really
drink-
have any money on you.
You could
so-
drink for
You could always just try to sell your drink.
Okay,
Why don't you just
I'm
mug
going-
somebody?
I'm gonna get one drink
Okay.
and then just settle in next to, at the bar where it's kind of populated,
Yeah.
and see if I can overhear anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Would that be a roll for what, perception?
Well, and so
You can do perception or street.
Streetwise.
Ben and
They're
I rolled
the
for
same
money.
thing.
Did you guys roll for money?
I did not see that.
Yeah, you're
No,
supposed to roll
I don't
after you
have
finish
money.
creating your character. You're supposed to roll a D100, and that's. how much
We
money
talked
you
about
have.
money.
But if you talked about
You don't
it,
need to worry about
Okay,
that.
I don't remember that
But
bit yet.
he could use some money.
I don't have money.
You're a droid.
yeah.
I
JR
don't have
is
money.
operating
I'm
without
I'm-
money. All of his money goes to crap.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I guess I could
normal
mine
check.
Look, if
Okay.
you want to start hiding money from Crook, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, because you're even though you're a droid, you're your own entity.
And that's
What are you-
honestly that's probably for Crook's own good if you start hiding.
What are
money.
you looking for?
Information related to
Dude.
slavers. I might try to start up like a conversation with someone. I don't know if you want to make that a separate check.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So normal check.
Normal perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get your set back in there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do?
This is gonna have to be a theme.
Oh,
Oh dear.
that's a lot.
Wow, that's an
a lot
Two
of
fails.
abysmal roll.
2 fails.
I don't find anything.
Yeah. So you try to so there's this cantina you found is primarily Gamorreans.
Familial place.
The makeup of Gamor, even though it is a spaceport
Hey,
city,
go for it.
Wow, somebody's.
Oh, go your dining room table.
We're communists here.
it does seem the population is generally more Gamorrean.
Okay.
I hope I'm saying that right. So you're kind of surrounded by a couple Gamorreans, and you try to strike up a conversation, and
They don't like outsiders. They don't know you. They don't like
yeah,
humans.
well, the first one clearly doesn't speak basic, and gives you another grunt.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look to the one on the other side, he's just not having you, and he actually kind of like puts his hand on you and gestures that you should leave.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave then.
All right, so you leave.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna first leave just walk out without paying, and just see
Oh.
what happens. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you ordered the drink, you drank it.
It's like half drunk,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay before or after? Usually you have to pay before you get it.
Nuh-uh. And you say, start me a tab, and you walk
Okay.
the hell out.
Yeah, no, that's
That's reasonable.
no, that's reasonable.
So I guess what I'm asking is, do they notice?
Stealth?
Oh yeah, I guess you can.
Or cool?
No.
Yeah, give me a cool check. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm
I mean,
I'm
they
better
see
cool.
you walking out. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes.
Nothing.
What was the
whole
opposing
bunch of-
that? Was that a normal
Oh.
check?
Oh yeah. This is we're just gonna stick with normal check.
Oh, bummer. They catch you.
They catch up.
Yeah, they get it.
Yep.
He's
One
got
failure.
One failure. Yeah.
one failure,
Yeah,
One
that's it.
failure.
no disadvantage.
In no disadvantage.
No advantage either.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't pay your tab.
Yeah,
They just yell at me.
the bartender does that, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and like this place is mostly full of Gumbrians, as I said, and like the one that gestured that you should leave, like stands up and like just kind of
I just grab
gestures at you.
I just grab some credits and just throw them across.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you do that. It's like tense. Like there are a couple pig people like standing up that like
There's a
just
pig bouncer.
stare you down as you leave. Yeah, I mean these are just patrons, but they're not having your crap here.
All right.
But, see you
I
later.
guess I head back to the ship then.
Okay.
Not a good day for you, Mark. All right. So,
Okay.
Just a normal day in the life of Krug.
so Jack and Gans.
Jack and Gan
The best thing
actually
that
doing
happened in
real
life.
things instead of going to the bar.
Jack and Gans
Yes.
want to go.
All right.
We want to
The
find a
grown-ups
shop.
now.
Yeah, we want to. I want to buy a gun, and
I want to look at getting some binders.
we want to buy some binders.
Yeah. Okay. So
And potentially some knockout.
yeah. Did you
binders,
guys meet up again after the?
we have
after-
not. Yeah.
So once you left, did you see them again, Mark?
Bindings.
well, we haven't.
Okay.
We're still.
Probably.
We're still standing right outside the ship. We haven't done anything.
NVR1, are you just following Crook around, or have you given up on him? And are you working on the ship?
I mean, they.
You come with us.
It was clear that I was not on the ship.
yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
didn't want to on the ship.
No one's on my ship.
Oh, okay.
It's closed and locked.
When did we get the spaceport number? The flight
Oh
number?
right, yes. I gave you the flight number, and
So
I
that
said,
was before we
go plug
wait,
into the internet and go learn all the things that you can learn.
So that was after he was gonna. So I think you're with them. Wait.
You didn't have to be with us. I mean, so like, yeah, he wandered off and did his thing.
I guess the question is, would you let Crook go off by himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
let's say you're with them.
I mean, as soon as I got the information, I go to the spaceport with in order to like run the
Great. Okay. Okay.
Find out what time it's landing, if it's been delayed, who's going to be on it, what type of ship it is, how many people. Like, if 500 people pour out of this transport, it might be a little tough to find them. But if it's only like 8 people,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So when you walk into the spaceport, let's see, let me-
So I try to go through more like maintenance entry because I'm trying to play the droid card.
Okay.
And because I assume that at the passenger terminal, like I will not get any way to get all those information. Well, in the maintenance area, I might have access
there's
to
a port. Yeah.
Give me give me what is your knowledge? Do you have much knowledge? I guess.
I change it so I have outer rim and underworld knowledge. I have also streetwise.
Okay.
I have one rank and all of those.
Stealth? You have any stealth?
Well, I think he's trying. It's not so much stealth as
Give
trying
me
to.
give me an outer rim check.
I like it.
Stealth is trying not to be seen. He's trying to be seen.
Outer
And
rim,
ignored.
Intelligence. Normal check.
Normal check.
One fail.
So it failed.
Oh, you got
No.
this. This was in there, right? Wasn't it?
No.
Oh, that wasn't there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm?
okay.
So
No,
just
that's
a plain fail.
Yep.
Okay.
well, no, it's even there and 3 advantage.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, okay.
failed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Failed
there's
with
no
three
there's no
advantage.
pass. So
Yeah,
you
that's
just
right.
there's 3 advantage.
Okay. So you you don't really have any knowledge in your circuits about
We should take this away so we don't get confused about that.
I don't know.
You just clear all the dice.
Spaceports, transports. I don't know. I guess you just kind of let Rook take care of that. But you have 3 advantage. Okay. So we'll say that you are able to find a kind of a mechanics entrance, and you see that there's like a terminal, and you're pretty sure that you can make just like if you can make a successful computer check, you can get in without being detected.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm hacking a terminal. How hard is it?
It is easy.
Easy? So 1 dice, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
There's no fail symbols.
So
There's one-
success and 1 advantage.
Success and
yeah.
advantage? Yeah.
Success and one.
Awesome. So yeah, you kind of so
So I wanted to know. So if I localize those 2 dice, the flight based on the flight number and like any information on the flight, and then I guess we can filter what kind of information I get. The focus is to find to identify whose 2 dice are coming in their packages.
gotcha. Yeah, so you come into the kind of on the side of so like as you approach the passenger terminal on one end there are kind of like 2 ports that come in, so like the landing would either kind of there's like A and B terminal kind of and on the A terminal side on the side of the main concourse there's like all the mechanic rooms and back things. So you managed to enter there without much problem. This place doesn't seem to have super great security. And as you're looking around, you are you managed to go undetected. And you come to like a room with just like a big computer terminal that's off. So at this point you can like go down the hallway and you'll actually come to the main concourse. So like you could like go out a mechanics store, a lot of personnel only, and you could actually go out into the main concourse. Or you could go into this computer room that everything seems to be shut down.
Wait, I thought I already found the computer terminal.
You were able to hack into like the secure panel outside that just lets you get in.
Okay.
You managed to do that.
Okay.
Perfect.
And the computers seem to be all shut down.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna look for the mechanical.
So you're gonna try to get this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maintenance or whatever.
Sure. Give me a hard. So you're gonna try to turn these on and then get information. Like,
No, I go to the. I don't go for the computers.
Oh, you go into
down.
the. Okay, great.
I go to all the things.
Okay, perfect. So you come to the door, and you go ahead and give me a stealth check. I'm interested to see what you can do.
Stealth check
Difficulty?
on what difficulty?
Normal 2.
And it's a success with 1 disadvantage.
1 disadvantage. Okay, so so you get out into the main concourse. As you're leaving, a Gamoran guard sees you going through the door out into the thing, and he kind of grunts at you and follows you. When he gets to the so what do you do when you go out into the main concourse? Are you just gathering information, like looking around?
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for where I'm looking for a terminal. the computer terminal where I can plug it in.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you don't see anything immediately obvious. The Gamoran guard, security guard, just kind of looks at you, and he doesn't look like he really wants to come out into the main concourse, but he kind of grunts at you, and looks like he might look out for a dumb droid in the future.
Okay. Well, I start beeping and walk away.
Okay.
I mean,
so there are people.
so
now there are a handful of people going around you. Out here, it's about 50-50 Gamorrean versus humans and a few other species. Yeah. So you hear. It's not particularly crowded right now. So as you're walking out. You can see, like, right in front of you, out the door that you came in, there's like a main console. It's like kind of just a big circular thing, and it kind of has advertisements and stuff on it. To your left are the two terminals, A and B.
Okay.
And to your right, you see an exit with like some basic security. Entrance,
radio,
exit, some basic security.
So let me
give you a.
What's the main concourse? Am I in the staff only part?
No, you're in the public area now. When you came out of that maintenance store. So we'll see. You came in here and came into the maintenance store. And passed up a computer room, and now you're in this main concourse. You can see the terminals over here, yeah. So as you go out there, you hear kind of like a garbled loudspeaker, but you can make it out just like YS 32. 1 terminal A. So you don't see any listings anywhere, but apparently they're announcing incoming.
Okay, I'm going to the terminal A then.
Okay, great. When you get there, what are you trying to do there?
I'm trying to find an exit to like the staff only part.
So that's what you came through.
But that's why I feel that I'm like I want to go on like where the spaceship lands and like find a maintenance thing instead of being.
Yeah, so you come up to like the A terminal, and like it looks like there are a couple security guards there. They don't really want people, or certainly not droids, going past the terminal A entrance. That's kind of like the dividing line between like passengers and just people in the concourse. But in general, you have an idea. It's not a real complex. It's like it's just a big room with kind of hard, like it's basically a rough architecture. Gamorrean it's not particularly ornate, but it's just a big room, hard concrete walls, with these two terminals on one side and then the exit on the other side.
And there's no other maintenance door than the one or the door to exit on the. Okay, can I? Oh wait. So my options right now are either trying to like pass through the security, or exit, or try to go back where I come from, where the guard is suspicious.
Yeah. Maybe give me perception. What is perception?
Perception is cunning. Easy, hard. Average.
Regular, yeah, 2.
And it's a failure with
2 advantage?
2 advantages.
Okay, failure with 2 advantages. Yeah, so you think that it looks pretty simple. It looks like it looks like all the passengers are either going to come through this A or B door at this side, and it looks like to you that there's only one exit on the opposite side of the terminal. So you're pretty satisfied that there's not a whole lot left to do. What did you get? A failure and advantage?
2 advantages.
So yeah, the test, my perception test failed, but I got 2 advantages.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also don't see any other sort of... it's kind of a rudimentary spaceport. Like, there's no, like, display saying these are the incoming or whatnot. It just seems that every couple minutes you hear a new transport announced over the loudspeaker.
Is there plants or a bench or chairs?
Oh, yeah, there are chairs kind of scattered throughout on the periphery.
Are they fixed on the floor?
Yes. Yeah.
Can I take one?
You would have to pry it off the floor, which you think would
there's no bolts.
Yeah, anything that you did to remove these would attract attention.
Yeah, that's true. There's no plant. There's no mobile stuff that I can. Like trash, maybe.
Yeah, we'll say they're trash cans, kind of in the corners.
Okay, so I try to. I take a trash. I mean, maybe the bag or whatever.
So.
There's so bags.
Oh, what are you doing? You're like taking the trash bag out of the.
Yeah.
Give me a Gamorrean security guard kind of walks up to you and is like, this one speaks basic. And he's like, they don't have droids taking out the trash here.
I start beeping. Let's start speaking binary basically. I'm like,
yeah, he kind of like, tightens up his vibro axe. And he's like, you should leave. Yeah, he's give me a skullduggery, would that be it?
I don't even know if I know what that word means.
Deception.
Deception, yeah.
Give me deception.
That's like the performance, I think. D&D, it's called performance.
cunning. And it's hard or normal or easy. We'll go to
we'll go normal.
And
lot of fails.
3 failures. Don't. So sorry. 2 failures and 2 advantages.
Okay, so
It doesn't work really well.
yeah, he
Not having it.
he decides to take a swing at you with his vibro axe. So
Oh dear.
Is it a I'm gonna kill you, or is it just like, is it a like, get out of here?
yeah, it's more of a get out of here. Oh man, I don't have vibro axe handy.
Oh, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, it's plus 3
maybe
on.
Plus 3 damage, 2 to crit, pierce 2, sunder.
No.
Vibro axes are like bad news. Like they're the best melee weapon short of a lightsaber.
Nice. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like he uses his axe to shove you out of the way.
Yeah, we'll say that he has a truncheon. so not quite as bad.
You went from the most expensive to the cheapest weapon.
Yeah,
That
trench
makes sense,
hand's
right?
like still like a
It's-
pole with
it's a
like a
stick.
spiky thing on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
point.
that's
It's a
what he
pointy stick.
It's a pointy stick.
Like
Normal act.
Bam Bam is
Okay.
hitting like he has kind of a.
So how do we? So this is our first combat, guys. How do we? How do we?
Pissed
So
off the
obviously
guard.
as the
Yeah, I heard.
initiative. So
I'm trying not to hear too much because I shouldn't know about things that
Mm-hmm.
happen when I'm not there.
so we're engaged.
Attack because you're engaged.
Well, so you got to roll for initiative. So initiative.
No, this is just
Not-
the
no.
two of them.
Not this turn because
You were ambushed.
yeah, basically I'm ambushed.
Yeah,
like
you
attacking.
lost your initiative chance based on the.
Your
Okay.
computer's unplugged now.
Then he rolls. I don't know
Your
how melee
computer's
works.
unplugged now.
Oh.
You have combat up. Melee is. I don't know how the difficulties are assigned for melee. It may just be based on. It may just be an easy.
I think it's
check.
just easy, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's.
So do you have an easy against, and then what? So he uses the
It's brawn. It's the
Oh, right,
the
right,
melee
right.
brawn for the
Yeah.
Doran.
So 2.
So your long range weapon has a stun setting. That's
Mhm.
pretty awesome.
It's just like the regular. It's like a
Mhm.
basically a stormtrooper blaster is what I have.
Yeah.
Except for I'm
Just
not a
thinking for
stormtrooper.
planning because
So do
we can't be shooting at people inside
one
of the
ability,
space
one
port.
proficiency.
Yeah, I think the best
And
place
one
to ambush is outside
difficulty.
the factory.
But it has to be before the factory people ever
Or
see them.
green, yellow,
so
purple.
It's got to be on the
On the way there.
This
Yeah.
is his.
And maybe we have
yeah.
to do a knowledge
Any-
check to see if.
anything.
So his attack is fails with one advantage.
Fails with an advantage. Okay, so yeah, he.
Oh, he failed his attack.
It wasn't with the big stick.
He.
Okay. Well,
Not realize that it was.
What's the
It
trench?
just
Gotta
just
It's not
accidentally
the
kill a
axe.
character
like it
at
does,
the very
the
beginning.
stick doesn't modify the dice; it just modifies damage.
Yeah, so
Oh.
he takes a swing at you and he misses. He must be confused by the big bag of trash that you're holding or something.
Yeah.
But
So there's actually with combat, there's actually like he's supposed to assign the. Like we're supposed to be assigning the.
yeah, we're not actually really in combat.
Okay.
I'm not fighting.
You're a pacifist.
Yeah.
I'm not a
So,
pacifist.
but
Just not programmed for combat.
the scuttle basically attracts like some attention, and you see like 3 more guards kind of like moving towards you. So you think maybe this could be a bigger fight than is worth it. They're not having it. They don't see you as a trash employee. A trash trade.
I drop the trash and I leave, and I try to leave by making big gesture and speaking binary really fast.
Okay. They're not really interested in following you, but they just kind of watch you leave the terminal.
I go towards
Or
the maintenance store.
concourse. The maintenance store? Alright.
Going 100%.
Yeah. So the maintenance drawer is closed when you came. It's shut behind you, so you would need to reopen it. And
I don't have the code. I didn't save the code when I act. No, I did not.
you could.
In fact.
You think that it wouldn't be much harder than the first time, that was the other door you came in, but it's gonna take long enough that the guards are gonna catch up to you.
Yeah, I mean it's weird, right? I have to like do something to the console.
Yeah, you just have to connect and yeah. So if you stay there, so right now you have the you understand where everything is. You think in the terminal. If you stay, you're probably going to be forcibly removed or dismantled.
Yeah, well, I leave. I try to go towards the exit. But
Yeah,
when I realize that it's a bad idea to go to the store.
they're okay with you leaving, so they're not. You know, they kind of follow you out, but not
just like
I try to go back to the spaceship with that, but checking that we're not full.
Okay.
Well, maybe like waiting.
And when it's done, it just does damage straight to the string.
Yeah, we'll just say that as far as you can tell, you're not being followed. They seem to not be all that interested in you,
So,
other
this
than
might be a futile
you
effect,
leaving.
or trip to the store. I don't have that.
Well, we're going to get binders.
Yeah, for sure.
So did you guys
You have a
find? So you guys were looking for a.
What's that?
We wanted to go to a store and buy like binders and stuff to
Okay.
incapacitate people.
Okay. Give me a.
We're actually pre-planning and like being productive for this
Okay, yeah.
encounter.
Awesome. Give me. Actually,
Would we go to a regular store or would we go to a black market store? We just need binders.
I don't know the criminal
stuff.
underworld here.
Mm.
I haven't been operating out of this area, so we could make a check, like a streetwise
Well, we
check.
don't want to buy anything from there.
But we don't need anything black market. We just need binders, which should be available.
Yeah.
And you can buy handcuffs like pretty much anywhere here
Yeah.
in America, especially at certain interesting places.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So what are you looking for?
We just want like a somewhere where we want binders.
Yeah.
Binders are the main thing we want.
A
And we're
traders.
thinking about getting some sort
See
of
if
a
I
weapon.
can find if there's any cheap stun weapons.
We're just
melee
looking for like
weapons.
a self-defense weapon type of thing.
Okay.
Nothing too uncommon.
Okay. Give me either or both of you. Give me a street sense.
Streetwise.
Yeah.
Mine's not good. Do you have anything in that?
What's the difficulty? Like, can we just ask someone? Where's a store we can buy things?
Well, it depends what you're looking for.
Binders.
Yeah, if you're just looking for binders,
Like, they should have it at like a gun shop. Like, there's got to be. This is a major port. Like, and people that have a lot of self-defense weapons. They got to have one somewhere, and it's not going to be weird to ask.
you give me we'll make it easy. It's fine. One.
Okay. Streetwise one.
Yeah.
Lots of. I have one success with 2 advantage.
2 advantage. Okay. Yeah. So you find a shop, kind of just outside of the spaceport district, which you landed on the edge of. Yeah, they're willing to sell you binders, in at a reasonable cost, pretty much.
Bounds.
Book price.
Bounds. That's the English word for that.
Wait, what did it say?
Because if they really want binders, they will get like binders, right?
Oh, yes.
Well, in Star Wars, it's called it's actually
No.
called binders in the book.
That's called binders in the book.
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
Like it's handcuffs in like normal. Did he order something? Like the doorbell just rang.
Oh.
And he got up.
So you ordered food.
Cool. I made food.
Yeah. So yeah, you find it, and they're willing to sell you binders at list price.
Okay. Is that like 25? Do you know?
I don't
Say 25 or
have
50.
binders.
Oh, I think it's. All right.
Need to get a shop going.
Here we go. Binders. Security binders 25.
Okay.
So we want to get 2 sets of binders. So
Go for it.
And I want to buy a weapon.
why don't we give you the binders because I'm going to be hiding snipey
Correct.
style.
Correct. So I mean, you want me to buy them?
I'll buy them and you can have them
Okay.
because I'm going to probably want to keep them.
Yeah, I don't need. I don't plan on needing them in the future.
So instead of where did I put my money? There it is. I now have 40 money instead of 90. But I have 2 binders.
That's all you guys wanted to do?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy.
What
They
do we
don't have good stun melee weapons, so I'm just gonna buy a short range light pistol thing.
Okay. You can get a pretty good deal on like there's an ion something or other somewhere you can get.
I feel like
It's
I remember
only
this
stun.
disruptor pistol. Oh no, that's really expensive.
Ionization blaster
Where's that?
right here.
Oh, for $250, and it
Yep.
does a lot. Yes. All right, Matt, or Emperor, whatever. What? I have enough to buy that.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. That's druids only. So the books talks about you can get guns like any gun. You can get any not slug thrower gun. You can get with stun only for half the cost of the gun.
Oh,
But it
so I can
depends
get
on
a. What about a
Top-
melee
like,
weapon?
It depends. No, they don't do. They don't. Do
Well, they
melee
have
weapons.
shock gloves that you can
Yeah.
stun people with.
I mean, maybe
But
Matt.
they're really
Like talk. It depends on what Matt's gonna allow. Like if he wants to allow like
I'm not trying to murder people and trying
Brass-
to stun
if he
people.
wants to allow,
I don't have any weapons to help this
brass
endeavor.
knuckles with.
Do you have any
shotguns.
weapons to help stun people?
No.
No. Right. So
Yeah.
I have to hold them, and you have to sniper them from far away.
What did you want? Did you want melee?
Yeah, but they don't have melee stun weapons
Um,
unless we want to make one up.
There's probably
there are
some in
plenty
the
of
large
resources out there.
spreadsheet.
I get to decide.
Like
what-
even if there was a mod.
I am the store.
Yeah, that's true. Even if there was like a mod to put on the gaffy stick to not to stun people
Yeah.
instead of
We want to do strain instead of
instead of the point
words.
is
Yeah. Shoot. Okay, so do they have the light pistol with stun?
yeah, all the pistols have stun. I just didn't buy one yet. I didn't buy one at the
Gotcha.
beginning.
Let's just have you buy a simple pistol
Okay.
with stun.
So
So I can
Do you have the
afford.
the light light
light
blaster
blaster
pistol would
pistol.
be 150.
Yeah.
It has medium range.
Yep.
And 2 hit points.
Hard points. That's
Hard
different.
points.
It does 5 damage if that's what you're looking for.
Well, yeah, I'm just comparing the holdout blasters, kind of the same thing.
It's
for
just
$100
short
cheaper.
range.
I don't plan on being very far away.
So short range is like within talking distance. So the way it describes ranges is that like if you're within speaking distance with someone without having to raise your voice, that's short. If you have to raise your voice but don't have to shout, it's medium. If you have to shout, that's long. And if they probably can't hear you if you're shouting, that's extreme.
Right, and so I'm. What does your range look like?
Run short.
Oh, you also have short. All right. Okay, I'll do medium then. I'll get the light blaster pistol
Okay.
because then we have long,
Yeah, that's good.
You- can you
medium,
afford it?
short.
Oh yeah, you've got you.
Yeah, I just didn't buy anything.
Hey, are you looking at my baddies?
Mm-hmm.
Can't look at that.
Light
Well, there's
blaster,
nothing that
pistol,
is.
skill,
I'll give you
range,
a critical.
light. What does that mean?
You use your ranged light skill.
I mean, there's just
Mm.
like
Adding
complete
yellow dice to it.
No, I mean the light part of it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's ranged heavy skill and a ranged light skill.
Got it.
Okay, so you get the weapon that you want.
Oh, little dog.
Yeah, that's mine.
Nice.
UG
Oh,
came
hey.
to visit.
Oh, hi. I don't actually see her, but just, hey, I know you. It's been a long time. How's it? What's his name?
Mia.
Mia. How's Mia's leg?
Good. Very good. It's all
Last time I
fixed.
saw Mia,
It's $4,000 bionic leg.
not elusive. You're nice. You're nice, dog. Put up the cat.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so
Alright,
you guys
we got everything we needed.
Yeah, you got the weapons you wanted. So, are you reconvening at this point? What's Crook doing?
Yeah. How
Are you
far?
lying in the street?
How far away is the warehouse that we're from the?
Yeah.
From the
So
airport?
let me give you a crude.
So yeah,
drawing.
we'll all meet back at the ship.
Yeah, we've all okay.
And
Yeah,
we
we've all
exchange
made it back at
information.
the ship.
What
and
did you find out,
Yeah.
Marv?
Pardon me, Meisters, but I was not able to access any computer terminal. I was thus able to scout the region. I can tell you now that there's only two possible doors the passengers can come from, and only one exit they can exit from.
Good.
That limit clearly any tentative of escape, and allow us to efficiently survey the entrances. There is no listing available or screens describing when flights arrive, but it is definitely possible to just wait for the announcement of the flight arriving.
Cool.
Okay.
Have we found? We should probably find some kind of vantage. Like we got to
Yeah.
incapacitate these
Agreed.
people, not
He
in
needs
the
a perch.
middle of a terminal.
Correct. We can't. We
Yeah.
cannot ambush these people. Being the plan in my head is that we will find a good
Look.
choke point, an ambush
Yeah.
point in between the terminal and outside of the spaceport. We have to wait till they leave the spaceport before we ever engage, and we have to wait, so we need to find a good ambush point. And then between there and the warehouse. Now we need to determine whether or not we expect they're going to rent a speeder or if they're just going to walk there, how they're going to get there. And then we need to position him, we need to position Gand in a place that is advantageous for us to just intercept them without getting in the way of his shots, because we don't want to get stunned on accident.
Right.
So we want it to be perpendicular to some degree. His vantage point needs to be perpendicular to us. So then we can intercept them, get them to stop moving, and then he can shoot at them, and then I'll have my blaster if we need to.
Yeah. Is there? This is all happening within a city, though, right?
Yeah, so let me give you. Tazos sent you the coordinates of the warehouse. You know where the terminal is. So I'll assume that you did some basic scouting. Basically, what you found is so there's like the spaceport district in this area, and that's more open. You know, there are buildings, but in general, it's more open surrounding the various landing pads, and adjacent to that is more of like
Warehouse district.
Warehouse district, basically industry. So here it's more like alleyways, more there are more corners.
Are they? How crowded are they?
Yeah, so in the spaceport district is fairly hopping. The warehouse district also is, but so this particular warehouse, Gamortech, is like, it's like on the northern kind of out of the way section.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that maybe they picked this one because it's out of the way. There's not a whole lot of activity around there. There are a handful of abandoned warehouses not currently in use in that area.
So the chance of civilian casualties or civilian interaction is going to be relatively minimal in the warehouse district. It will be during the middle of the day, but it won't be lunchtime, so it's not like everyone's going to be walking around. So I think that we should be okay, engaging
in the
them.
warehouse district.
Yeah.
Should I trail them?
Well,
how are we going to identify them? My thought process is that we would need to be on the ground and we would need to be the eyes and ears at the spaceport. You're going to be paying attention to the announcements and you'll let us know when the ship is landing and then what terminal we need to go to.
I have to mention that security had a good grasp of my physical appearance, which shortened my my exploration of the Earth or the spaceport.
Yeah, so that's okay. We just need you to listen and pay attention to when, they'll announce it, right? They'll be announcing it. So we'll be running around to the terminals, kind of keeping an eye on, scouting out the security and all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to let us know, it's on its way, it's landing, this is the landing pad, and then we'll go there. And then so we'll be the ones IDing them on the ground, and you can meet up with us afterwards. Okay. He'll already be positioned near the warehouse district, and we'll be we'll be talking with him to make sure that, where they're going, and if he needs to reposition himself.
Okay.
Sorry, I talked too much.
Shoot. Oh yeah. Near the spaceport, are there lots of options for transport? Well, first of all, how far away is the warehouse if you're walking from the spaceport?
Yeah, so there's probably it's probably like a mile from.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll walk it. It's cool.
I wouldn't.
No, it's probably like a mile from the passenger terminal that you expect them to come in to the warehouse district, and then another 3/4 of a mile to the warehouse. Yeah, transportation is pretty easy to come by in the spaceport district. This is where people are coming in and out.
Yep. Sure, so there's going to be like speeder taxis.
Gand would like to make a suggestion that Jack or Krook be in the spaceport when the ship lands and identify and follow the targets.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. One of us follows.
Yeah.
The problem is if they get on a speeder, we need some way to slow them down or stop them.
So, we didn't plan this out ahead of time. Could I disguise myself as a taxi driver?
Gand thinks that
is this
is a very risky chance to take.
What if I was more like a limo driver, picking them up with their names?
That'd be good if we knew their names.
Slaver people.
Human slaver people.
Yeah, okay. Alright. So
well,
if we get in a taxi that blows up our plan, okay.
Well, it depends on how good of a shot he is.
Gand feels
could you disable the
in his
taxi?
ability to hit targets.
Yeah, do we have ion rounds?
I have a stun setting on my gun.
Does that work on vehicles?
GM? I think
using a stun weapon to stop a vehicle.
I think it's supposed to be some sort of ion, but I don't know. If
Yeah.
it's supposed
Yeah,
to be.
there's definitely...
We can look. I know that vehicular combat is
different.
I mean, alternatively, if there's like a critical part of a vehicle, I could just call my shot.
Oh, that's true.
It adds 1 difficulty to the combat check.
Is that an ability you have?
No, it's an ability everyone has with range.
Okay, so 2.
So if it's
2 maneuvers to do that.
No, it's just you say I want to hit this part of the thing that I'm aiming at,
So I think that's adds 2 difficulty. But you can
there's an ability that
if you have time to set
We
it
could
up.
also set it up so that one of us gets in the way of the taxi to make it stop.
That's what I was thinking. We make some kind of roadblock.
We could do that.
How dispersed are the... is it pretty easy to predict based on the map what route they would take if they were taking a speeder?
You probably couldn't say exactly. Like, there's definitely like a path that makes sense to go from the terminal to the warehouse district. But once you get there, I guess it's a little bit in and around warehouses.
Okay.
To where it would depend, I guess, what they're looking to do. How they're
It appears to me that the solution of Master Jake driving a taxi is the most efficient solution so far.
But then we have to somehow guide them to his taxi.
We could do that.
How?
So, if I'm the one in the taxi and you're scouting, you just block people from getting in my taxi until they walk up, and then...
I can block the taxi line until you pass every taxi
Yeah,
waiting.
we can make a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay, if you can find a taxi. Otherwise, I think what we need to do is set up, Marv and I could set up some kind of roadblock. Like, you trail them and then radio us which route they're going once they get to the warehouse district, and we set up some kind of roadblock.
Yep.
But do you want to try the taxiway?
I don't know. I feel like I definitely agree with Gan that that's more risky. The other thing that we could try is causing... We still have a day. We have a lot of time to prep. We could cause problems with the roadways today so that they only have one route to go tomorrow.
But wouldn't that also divert general traffic?
But if we did it in the warehouse district, that wouldn't really be that much diversion of traffic.
Okay.
We could go back to the store and get a freaking grenade and drop it on one of the roads and be like, oh,
but
no,
that
who
seems
did that?
even more risky.
Why? If the road is destroyed, then they have to go
right,
that way.
but
The usage of explosive in an early time of our mission might
cause them to
announce to the authorities that
You see the
a
map.
bigger panic unfolding.
But yeah,
I
we
say,
could cause a distraction
let's
in the
try
road.
the taxi thing, and if that
I don't
doesn't
know how
work,
to
we go
go
to
to
plan B.
streets.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're saying generally they're almost certainly going to take this route from the terminal to the warehouse district. It's kind of the main drag there. And once I get to the warehouse district, there are two somewhat direct routes up to this warehouse in the north.
Okay. So yeah, so then the plan would be, and I have no idea how difficult this would be considering the world of RPG, but to have you, the droid, be some kind of guidance for taxis. You know, sometimes there's a person standing there. Say, you go to this taxi, you go to that taxi, you go to that taxi. And so you could guide them. It's like, hey, hello, sirs. Here is an empty taxi, and it would be me in a taxi, or something like that.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to commandeer a taxi first.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do that in the game either.
Let's go back to the space.
Some kind of roll.
Yes.
Should it be...
So this is still, we're gonna say it's becoming like afternoon. It's like
Yeah,
4
sure.
o'clock.
Sure.
Yeah, Klook's hangover is just ending. So yeah, you
Could I just hotwire a taxi?
can do whatever you want.
Yeah, let's try to do that. Because I'm a mechanic, so are you. We could both try to hotwire a taxi and just take it.
Gend is concerned about this plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good for you.
So are we!
so the taxis in this city, like, it's not like all the taxis are yellow with big taxi on the top. They're usually just marked with kind of like a symbol that's recognized as taxi, but
Could we...
it's generally like speeders of all different sorts.
Okay. So we just need to commandeer a speeder and put a sticker on it.
Gend would like to do more detailed reconnaissance of the warehouse prior to deciding.
Okay.
Gend thinks that it may be wise to ambush them just outside the warehouse if there is little to no detection or
Yeah,
security
the
forces.
concern that I would have is that it's cutting it close to the
Yeah, we can't
buyers seeing us make the swap.
Yeah, we can't do it right outside the front door.
Right. It would have to be at least a building or two away. And if we start blasting away and they
if we
hear
can
us,
determine a route,
if we could force them into a single route, that would be
as-
ultimately the best solution.
as the targets come closer to the warehouse, their total number of possible routes will become much smaller.
Yeah, there's only two.
Yeah, well, if we do the taxi thing, we know exactly what route they're going to
Exactly.
take.
The taxi plan has many possible
That's why we have a
things that will
plan
end
B.
us in trouble.
Yeah, the plan B, that's plan A. Plan B is, well, and maybe
What happens
maybe
if
we should
plan
have
A gets us arrested?
stealing a car.
Well, it's only him.
Yeah. That's all right.
We have a whole day. Let's do it.
And then plan B is you have to make a distraction on one of the roads to make the cars go the other way.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah.
Gan
Don't do
still
it.
thinks,
Gan
still thinks it wise to
Master,
investigate this warehouse.
It appears
More.
to me that
Well, then go investigate.
wherever
Yeah.
I will not be the
whatever
one
plans
who
we
will be
apply, we
impersonating
need
these
a
operatives.
speeder that can
And I think it would be
simply
best
look
if
used to our
those
I agree.
who
our
were
targets.
going
Yeah.
knew
I
what it looked
refuse.
like.
If you want to check it out, come and go do it and relay it back to us.
Yeah, let us know what it looks like.
Okay.
If you
Okay,
find
what
a
are
good place to...
So who's looking for a speeder? What are you looking for?
We can also pay a taxi.
order a taxi and then stun the guy and take it from him.
Because I assume that taxi have credentials that they need to enter. And
I mean, yeah, we could
stealing
easily-
credential today can be detected tomorrow.
Yeah, so we probably have to steal it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Finding the taxi driver who wants to round the end of his month might be easier to find.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I missed the last thing you said. Easier to find tomorrow? Is that what you said?
Well,
yeah,
at
we're
the
saying
end
do
of the
it
day.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
So they don't miss a check-in.
I guess I can we can just pay what I said. We can just pay a taxi driver.
Oh, right.
That will be in the plan. I mean, like limited knowledge, but like we just will get the money at the end, right? I mean, they must be used to like shady stuff, and they probably have crappy pay. And
Oh, you mean just bribe an actual taxi driver?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a terrible plan,
That's not terrible.
and
Yeah.
not nearly as illegal as trying to pretend.
Gand prefers this plan.
Well, I don't have any money, so it's got to be one of you guys.
I have enough credits to potentially bribe a taxi driver.
Okay, and then
No,
he
I don't.
can.
Not anymore. I only have 30.
If we pool our credits,
We could probably pull it off.
we can bill Tazo for the expenses.
Yeah. We can expense our thing.
A bribery.
Yeah, our bribe.
probably
They should get a receipt from him.
Yeah.
Supplies.
Yeah.
Probably under credits would be enough.
100 credits.
Yeah. I don't have a good scope of money on this planet. Is a taxi ride like a credit or two, or is it like?
Like, what's a day's
Oh,
wages?
like 10 credits or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
It's like,
50 credits to
what? 10?
to bribe us.
Yeah, I don't have exact figure, but
Yeah, 100, and he'll be completely on our side. 50 and
Okay.
We will that'll be somewhat dependent on the transaction.
right.
Well, plan a better if the taxi driver is not collaborative would be to seize the taxi by force.
Yeah, that's
There we
true
go.
too.
Yeah. Well, let's call a taxi in the morning.
Are you gonna go scout stuff still?
Gand will say out.
All right.
Yeah,
Gand thinks it wise
5 o'clock.
if
Yeah.
one of the infiltrators joins him. However, if they wish not to, it is on their own heads.
No.
I don't have anything to do. I'll go with you.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys head to the warehouse district.
Yeah, and I go too because we want to have the plan B in case we need to block one of the road.
So, question. Time out.
Yep.
It is 7. I'm not sure that I have enough stamina to get through the upcoming encounter.
Do we want to take a break?
Now might be a better time to break.
To take a break or just break until next session?
I don't know if I can do the whole encounter.
All right.
I think the next counter might be the warehouse encounter would make a good starting spot.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So
Yeah.
all that
So
a wrap.
we check out the stuff.
Yeah, so that'll give me time to offline. I can I'll draw up. You guys
Okay.
investigate the warehouse.
Great. Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah. You guys have, since we are breaking for this session, you guys have your plans jotted down or something like that.
Yeah.
That's some solid planning.
Oh, yeah,
I was impressed with your.
I am a commander.
Yeah. No, Jack took command.
I am a superior being.
Okay, Hitler robot.
So, like, you think you're like a superior being, but like, what do you think of this Crook character that's like lying on the?
That's exactly why he thinks he's a superior.
Is that where you got to go? How long have you guys known each other? We'll say that there's some downtime. You're
Oh, it was fairly recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just acquired me in a card game.
What game of cards?
Sabak.
It was Sabak.
Yeah.
The only game.
It's the only real game
It's a win.
out there.
Win things.
All right. We'll stop there. Thanks for watching the stream, everyone. And I'll post on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else whenever we're doing the next one.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Goodbye, internet world.
Goodbye.